if y'all are ready, I'm going to bring you in, okay? Okay, so I'm about to unmute your mics, so just like be quiet for like a second. And we are going to be live in 5. Let me start recording first. We're going to be live in 5, 4, 3.
Wrath feels like they're pretty solidly in the lead here. Even though the momentum in the combo game really is going Swift's way, Wrath seems to be incredibly strong with those hard-hitting moves. They really don't have to win that many neutral engagements in order to take the advantage in percentage. But right as I say that, it seems like Swift has kind of figured it out here a little bit, turning it back their direction as they've creeped up in the stock percentage and have a really good presence on stage control right now.
I also love the edge guard we were seeing there for a second there, and even though Wrath was able to get out of that situation and go back to center stage, it's still going to be Swift who is in the advantage, who does not really have to approach, can actually charge up needles just fine. You just saw the needles being utilized into that up smash. Not going to be quite enough yet, as Wrath was at the little bit lower percentage, but without all that, you know, Wrath has to be a little bit more careful here. Paolu typically does very well as a character in this meta. However, the way that Swift is playing so beautifully and really weaving around Wrath in a way that's a little bit difficult for Wrath to really pin them down, it's only getting even better and better for the University of Delaware to hopefully get this first point on deck. But before that, we gotta get through this edge guard coming in from Wrath onto Swift.
Yeah, the stage control for both of these players really, really strong throughout. Now, Wrath not in the great position, but remember, Sheik getting that final kill move is a little bit difficult. The biggest one has been that bouncing fish, but it really does need a setup move to get the kill most of the time. You see right there, platform, really good movement by Wrath in order to pull that one out, make sure they don't get caught by that kill move. Any good solid move there that would find a kill by Swift is going to find it at 165. Doesn't really matter where you are out in the stage. So stage control at this point, really just something that Wrath is working at, trying to find their own kill. Working for it now, just barely the movement by Switch, but the read by Wrath will find them another stock advantage late in the percentage.
And I love to see that as well. You saw the attempt at the needles into hopefully bouncing fish would have been from Swift, but Wrath was right back at it with that back air, that incredibly strong power back air to just negate that approach and then take the stock. And again, Wrath unfortunately losing the stock, the very high percentage, around 178, 180%. And thankfully we do have a little bit extra credit going here, but we see a repeat of stock 2 where it looks like Swift is starting to get back into the swing of things, starting to make this into their own kind of lead right now. But in the meantime, it's going to be Wrath once again maintaining the stage presence, maintaining the aggression. I love the confidence coming in from Wrath here as we see them, trying to take control of honestly the entire stage, ledge, center, platforms, everything involved. And Swift can only get only a few little licks here, one in there, in order to get something a little more even in the percentages.
Yeah, and while they are even back up, keep in mind the percentage advantage had gone Swift's way last time as well, and Wrath still managed to find the kill there. So if you're a fan of the Huskies, don't get too terribly worried yet. Wrath still in a very, very good position, pretty similar to where they were at last time finding the kill. And at this point, percentage, stock advantage doesn't really matter. Whoever finds the kill first is going to be taking this one home. Thus far, Swift has been really struggling to find the final kill onto Wrath.
And although that could be a thing that Sheik does struggle against a little bit here, when you're just on top of it like Swift is with the nair into the down, so into the up air once more, and then you're honestly constantly keeping Wrath off stage, it only gets a little bit easier for yourself as Sheik to get those kills. But as I say that, man, Wrath is so good at reversing the positions here and reversing the advantage state in his own favor. As we see again, Wrath is getting that forward throw, knocking Swift off stage, and we're likely looking for that back air that I think might be taking it. But instead we bait out the neutral get up and get the throw instead. And again, it's going to be another repeat of a switch of positioning where it's going to be Swift getting the needles into the bouncing fish. That was like a beautiful conversion of being edge guarded and turning into the edge guarder.
Absolutely. I mean, they've been fishing for that all game, trying to find that one final kill move to send it home. There, they finally do it. Delaware in the back seat for that entire game, always with the disadvantage. However, not going to happen today. Delaware steals victory from the jaws of defeat, and just like that, they are up here 1-0, 1 point to nothing. Very early in our set. Very, very strong performance by Swift there to pull it back right at the end.
For sure, because it really did look like a lot of the game was in Wrath's favor. Typically was the one game the stock first was kind of in the most aggressive in a lot of the positioning and a lot of the approaches that Wrath was doing. And honestly, it felt a little bit that Swift was even though had great movement and had great reads on needle into bouncing fish or that down tilt into up smash, it was a matter of the fact that Palu versus Sheik is a little bit more of a difficult matchup to deal with as Sheik because of the fact that your character does struggle a tiny bit with getting those consistent kills, getting those consistent confirms. However, I love the fact that Swift just completely reversed that in their own favor and was finally able to see, hey, you brought me back to the stage. We completely swap positions. I will be able to get my finishing kill, my needles into bouncing fish. Do not play with me. We're gonna get this point first on board here for Swift.
Yeah, and I don't think this is the start to the season that the Huskies were looking for, start to the spring split that they were looking for. UConn Huskies still looking for their first win in the season. Meanwhile, Delaware has been a pretty consistent team throughout at the moment. They've got a lot of 4-1s and 4-0s to their name. So as we go into this next one, Looking for a bit of a change here by the Huskies. They need to really be finding those kills, I think, a little bit earlier and not taking these big, long, drawn-out combos that Swift is really, really using to just add on that damage more and more and more. We're already at 70% in the good edge-guarding position. Just barely Wrath is going to make it back to the stage. Now, the damage response coming out just a little bit, not finding too much on it. And just like that, Swift already back in action, looking for an advantage in that neutral.
And Swift kind of took that first game as a way to, you know, take some time to think about what do I do in this next game, and you saw that change in that first couple of seconds. That combo that got an easy 40% on Wrath, and only continuing onwards as the percentage going climb closer and closer together. Wrath in a great position here in order to continue this edge guard. We get the neutral get up. I'm sorry, we get the neutral get up grab. Go for a down throw. Gonna be sending Swift back off stage once more. Gonna be starting out with the explosive flame, and thankfully the down tilt does get negated by the explosives coming in from Sheik. So Swift does have the work cut out for them as we get a beautiful edge guard with the forwarder to boot. Wrath force it goes to the ledge, and we're trying to get some pressure on with Swift for the down tilt, but instead we do get that first stock in Swift's favor. A complete reversal of game one, and I think Swift is kind of on fire right now, Loki.
Yeah, Swift, I think, took that game one in stride, has pretty fully adjusted now, and they're looking dangerous. Tilting to the aerials and continuing that combo more and more. This is exactly what you want to see for a Sheik player, and they are really, really pushing their advantage at the moment. Only 105, staying on that ledge for a little bit too long. Don't worry, we're still playing Sheik here, one of the best recoveries you could ever want with that really, really high jump. Now, though, at 140, things start getting a little bit dangerous for not just them, but Wrath as well. Is the Rage almost fully online, and Swift does need all the help they can get with those kill confirms. Still staying alive after that big hit, just barely now fighting the other edge of the stage. Can they find a little bit? No. Wrath, really good movement on the shields there to keep it alive, but that commit is a little bit too much. Swift now looking for the response, has a good stage control, not going to be able to work it, and Wrath finds the reversal to get Swift's first stock.
And finally, yes, it's the first stock, but look how much extra credit we have to our disposal, Loki. We have 83 and counting for Swift to really play around with, and then we have the edge guard that should be happening here. The explosive flame going to be forcing out the air recovery coming in from Wrath, and that's beautiful. Get the needles into the up smash, just clean, concise, and that is gameplay coming in from Swift once more. And we only continue the onslaught again into Wrath's last stock. If Swift gets this, if Swift gets his next stock right now, that's a really great lead for University of Delaware. Before we get to all that, Wrath has to get something started here. We're going on shield. We got the nair, we got the forwarder once more, double forwarder, may I say. Trying to connect the dash attack at the very end, but instead we got a really good position to get an edge guard going. And I think Swift just said, no, I'm just going to roll right through that and not allow you to get your winning advantage state.
Yeah, I mean, Swift here working with the stock advantage can basically play however they want. It's up to Wrath here and try and push the pace of the game, push the aggression, see if they can fish something out. And they're finding some progress, but I don't know that it's quite enough to catch up to the stock advantage. We really need to see Wrath stringing together those fair combos and those aerials a lot more than we currently are. Now, once again, Wrath put off stage. Oh, the fish for the bouncing fish almost finds it, and that could have ended it right there.
For sure, but it's not going to. We still have a couple of minutes with these two guys here who are doing a fantastic job of keeping it 1-to-1 with one another. Wrath struggling a little bit in the second game in order to secure these stocks like he was in the very beginning in the first game, but unfortunately it's going to be Swift going to be once more being the aggressor, getting those beautiful grabs, and honestly putting a lot of pressure in the air, because you see a lot of the time that Swift is going in for these full hops and not really going anything after, just going in for the forwarder after Wrath drops shield. And again, it's going to be Swift being on the aggression here on the ledge. Another forward throw likely, yes, absolutely, and we get the forwarder to boot. 145% and counting for Wrath. Anything could happen here. Trying to get the needles. Needles are gone, but we get the nair instead, knocking Wrath to the left side of the stage. This could be anyone's game, but Swift is looking mighty closer than Wrath could ever be right now.
Yeah, Swift really just fishing for that one final kill confirm. Doesn't really matter for percent at this state. A good aerial, maybe even a tilt will find it, but not when they get red like that. Swift down to their final stock, but with 160 of extra credit. You gotta be. Oh no, they throw it away! Right at the end, they have a down air. Someone will kill themselves.
No.
Not even fished out. There was no reason for it, and yet Wrath coming away with the win off of a huge mistake by Swift.
No, I can't. My hands are on my face right now, Loki. I can't believe that just happened. So unfortunate because I know we were going for something flashy, going for literally anything would have killed that point down there from Sheik. That would definitely have killed a 150 plus Palu, right? But unfortunately, Wrath was just out of the way a smidge, just a little bit, and that was enough for Swift to just completely SD at 0, and that puts a point on the board for University of Connecticut. And you know what? We take those. We will take those.
Yeah, I mean, you got to get your points however you can, but good God, are you not expecting to get them in that way after a 5-minute game? Comes down to the wire. All Swift needs is one final hit. Huge read there. The lingering tilt, gonna find it, but at the end of the day, it all comes down to an SD at 0%.
I can't watch this.
0%! Oh my God! That can't be good on the mental. It really can't be.
Yo, I know the team is like, bro, but it's okay. It's still even. We still have an even game right now, and we're going straight into our next game with Wrath and Swift once more. And hopefully Swift does get the run back here because I really hope there's not another SD. Let's not manifest that, okay? We're going right into this. It's going to be much even here once again. And although game 2 was very much in Swift's favor up until the very last stock, it is once again going to be Swift being really good on the edge guards. Finally, Wrath able to kind of find a way to get away from that, get it to center stage, but we're still being really pounded on and really pressurized by Swift in the meantime.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing that Swift is playing for right now is just that pressure from their combos. The notice of like, hey, if you get hit once by me, you're going to get hit 8 times by me. And being able to continue to push that on just makes it harder and harder for Wrath to approach because they don't want to give up some sort of these big attacks that Palutine is known for that you can really exploit with a character as fast as Sheik. I mean, Sheik really can play a good punish game, especially. They're not going to get a ton of damage out of it normally at the end of the day, but you can just continue to rack it on one after another, kind of a death by 1,000 cuts. And here, Swift looking for the counter of all things, makes Wrath's way back to the stage. Now good grab, the follow-up looking for it. Don't know how much they're going to find, though, after a little bit of a movement by Swift there.
Yeah, for sure, and it's still gonna be a 1-1 game here. We're 2 minutes down already, and it's just an even setup from both players here. As we see, going for a really quick reset, we just gotta wait for a second. Maybe our mom's on the streaming service, maybe someone's on Netflix, maybe someone's on Hulu. We gotta wait. And before we get into all that, you know, this is simply a matter of Wi-Fi. It is what it is and it ain't what it ain't. But I'm glad both players have realized, hey, let's just take it easy, see if we're gonna be good, and then bring it right back. Now I think we're ready as we see Wrath being the first aggressor and then immediately punished with Swift from the down air into the up air connection. And with only 1% to his name, Wrath definitely has enough here to play with to get this stock right now before any extra credit is in favor of Swift. But Swift is not allowing that to happen whatsoever. 9% on the board already.
Yeah, 114 to Swift's name. Meanwhile, Wrath only at about 40%. Another edge guarding situation, though. It feels like this has been basically the entire game happening on this one ledge. As little smash logo making itself known. Wrath there. Oh, gives them the respect by letting them back on stage with the lag, and the disrespect by not letting them linger. Wrath keeping themselves right back up in stocks.
That was mad funny, because why would you do that?
That's so good.
I think Swift felt a little bit attacked there. You see Lily going in with Nair into dash attack. It's a great amount of stuff that she can do to really make you feel like, hey, why'd you do that to me right now? And Swift is trying to make a statement as we see Wrath only get higher and higher into that percentage. Dash attack coming in from from Swift right now. And again, getting these forward throws are so good, and I love the extra bouncing fish to boot. We're going to be getting that extra stock going, and only 44%, and we're only going to be continuing this pressure on the platform, going for the up air, going in for the forward air once more. Another nair, double nair if you want. Down tilt going to be missing, but it's a-okay in PS2 because Palu needs to get something started here. Wrath has to get something started here. We're going to be continuously falling into these sheep combos. If we don't get something started at nair, it's going to be a great way to start that.
Absolutely. Both of these players at 68%. Big difference. The stocks down at the bottom. Only one for Wrath again on their final life. Last time, they ended up squeezing it out with a very, very lucky SSBU Swift. This time, though, that's not gonna even come close. Swift with a really good offstage play there to find the kill. With 2 stocks on the board, it's gonna be another 5 points to Delaware's name.
And that was just, I'm glad that we didn't have like the non-zero chance that Swift could like die again twice, but I'm glad that Swift really locked into this third game, and honestly really had to, because at this point it was a matter of, well, I want to make sure that we actually are in the lead, and Swift just showcasing what she can really do against a very seasoned character, really very well-known character like Palu, for example, and how sometimes Palu can feel a little bit devastating. What I really wish we could have seen Raph do a little more was some up air combos to kind of negate Swift being in the air so often. Swift was very much into the full hopping or sure hopping into approach with an aerial of some sort, but regardless, Swift doing a beautiful job of just taking care of Wrath, especially in his last stock, getting the explosion, a missed tech on the side of the stage. And you know what? I don't blame you, because I also would have missed that immediately if I was Wrath.
Yeah.
I would have missed it.
What an amazing play to finish us off there. I mean, that's perfection. And you get the 1 stock back that you lost. So you even up the score right back up, and then a little bit extra on top for what it should have been on the last time. At the end of the day, whether they won that, by dropping the stock at the end of the day or winning it by 2 stocks, the score lead is the same. It was going to be 4. So back all up to even after a exciting second game, if you will. We're right back into it. I've got to say, though, I am very excited to see more of this Delaware team. As of now, they only have 1 loss up to this point in the season. Their 1 loss coming against what is probably the strongest team in Smash at the moment, UT Arlington. So Delaware, absolutely one of the top teams at the moment. Not a lucky draw for the Huskies, coming back into the spring split, trying to find their first win in the EGF. But at the end of the day, I mean, gotta find your first win somewhere, though it is a very, very long road against this Delaware squad.
Yeah, for sure. And the way that we already saw a glimpse of how they're playing into this season, it's a matter of, man, can we keep up? Can we do it? Delaware team looks like they are really, really spot on, especially playing a character like Sheik, who only recently has gotten a little bit of recognition and what she can truly bring to the table in the Smash roster. And again, our players are definitely getting ready, probably going for button checks as we speak. But before we get to all that, it's again gonna be a battle, definitely a battle for tonight. Until we get to our next couple of games.
I will say, Wrath coming out is generally one of the strongest players that are on that Huskies roster. They've consistently done pretty well for everything they've performed out, and so usually you do send off probably one of your top 3, top 2 people for that leadoff spot. It's the only one where you don't get the counter pick, because keep in mind, you have to declare your people every single time, and their characters as well, for when you announce their new people. So we do have notice in. We've got Delaware sending in the one, the only Mudkip. Meanwhile, we have Kuyan coming out for University of Connecticut, and they are going to be on the Lucina. So,
and that is always a character I love seeing. I love seeing Lucina. I love when people just really showcase the base fundamentals of a character like Lucina, who is one of those, like, you want to learn how to play the game, you want to learn how to really take advantage of whip punishing, of applying pressure, of being a little bit greedy with the dolphin slash. I mean, that is the character you choose, and she does so well into a lot of other characters. Or she falters a little bit on hard zoners, so I would say like your meat gunners. I don't know why meat gunner came to my mind. Your meat gunners, your maybe like even like you could call Samus with that, with the charge shot, with the explosives, with the missiles. I mean, any hard zoner she struggles a little bit into, but when she gets in, and she can make things work beautifully.
Yeah,
No, you're good. Remind me who Mudkip?
Pikachu.
Oh, not the picture Lucina.
So
that is gonna be a match.
a lot of zoning, and from the Pikachu, that T-Jolt is electric. I mean, I play a ton of Pikachu. One of the best moves in the game. I'll fight anyone who says otherwise. It is absolutely brutal to deal with, especially for someone like Lucina. And it can really, really set up these big entries that Pikachu likes to do. Now, one of the hard parts, setting up a lot of those drag downs, setting up a lot of those big aerials, combos that we normally look for on Pikachu. A little bit difficult on this online, and you can see there. Usually when you get one drag down, you can carry it pretty far. Not gonna happen that time. Lucina able to escape pretty dang quickly there, as the timing just not super lined up, but you can still find at least a little bit from it, get them all the way up to 35 before you even take too terribly much damage. Problem is here though, 22% off of one tilt from Lucina.
Exactly, and so we're already seeing the, Kuyan trying to get the advantage here, bringing Mudkip all the way off stage, but the issue about Pikachu is that recovery does kind of get him out of a lot of bad spots, which could have been a really bad spot off stage, but we see that Kuyan is still going to continue with the arrows, the up air into the forward air, getting a grab off of the Tijo on shield. So good. The pressure here is to be complimented. I love that Mudkip went in for the forward air instead, trying to get some pressure off stage, but Lucina, obviously, one of the characters that you kind of can take off stage, and she does get a little bit scared. I don't think Kuyan's scared whatsoever of that clear disadvantage of his character.
No, and I really do like seeing how Mudkip is taking it off stage as well. I mean, as you said, that quick attack, it's going to get you back to stage no matter where you are. So long as you don't die by going up to the blast zones, you're getting back to stage. There's nothing that can stop you there. That fair, really, really brutal. I'm surprised it doesn't kill actually at that high of a percentage. Really good DI there by Kuyan to stay alive. Now, oh, what a call out below the stage. Kuyan looking pretty there as they find the first kill.
And then Mudkip enters right back with a dash attack on the ledge. Gonna be taking Kuyan off to a venture into a blast zone. But regardless, we're starting with a pretty much almost even game here. Kuyan, however, gonna be making me eat my words as we see the pressure, the aggression, down throw into the back air to be coming in, trying to get for a really sneaky attack there, trying to get 2-frame, but not gonna be able to find it. Kuyan once met again off stage, gonna be coming in again with the forward, getting the grab, going for the back throw, and Mudkip is off stage, and that connected, allowing Mudkip to actually get back on stage without much of a worry, although we do see ourselves at over 100%. We can be really careful here, because I think Kuyan is here looking for blood.
Yeah, Kuyan looking incredibly strong at the moment. Mudkip really high in the percentage. And Pikachu isn't generally one of those characters that has a long lease on life. Fishing for that offstage fair, not going to find it right now. A little bit more damage thrown on. Oh, the back air? Can they find something off that? I don't know that Lucina gets back from that, but never mind. She does. We're not playing Roy, folks. We're playing Lucina. And that's a little bit of extra recovery for you. Thunderbolt not going to be able to connect there. Now, counter coming out from Kuyan. That just opens up for a nice little T-Jolt as we're back into this little bit of a neutral fight. The reset coming through, but a big grab now for Kuyan. Follow-up not going to be there. Mudkip continuing their dash run on the stage, but oh, the grounded up B going to be the killing blow from Kuyan.
So hyped for Richard Connecticut, gets me started back on the board, being in a deficit. Kuyan trying to make a statement. The dash attack can be coming and connecting for Mudkip and falling out of the forwarder, and it's not even enough to get Lucina off stage. So Kuyan does come back almost for free. We get the back throw coming in from Mudkip. Can we get another maybe forwarder? We try to go for the drop down forwarder. Quick attack gonna be making us get back off stage. I'm sorry, on stage, and then the up tilt gonna be negating that even longer in favor of Kuyan. We're getting the throw once more, going for the forward throw again, and then we jump up like a madman and almost get the kill, but not quite enough to get that secured, that stock secured.
Sakurai there trying to fake us out a little bit, just barely not giving us the ending of this match that Kuyan so desperately wants. At this point, they're really trying to get out of this one without losing another stock. Get that extra point on the board for the Huskies. Mudkip right now, good grab. Can they find it? Yes, they can. Pikachu, not a ton of moves left in his arsenal, not a ton of kill moves, but oh, well, never mind. And on that note, because we're out of this one, Kuyan, once they don't have to protect their stock, has no worries, gets the run up, down tilt, and just like that, we're out of there.
And we're going right back to the replay. Let's see what happened here, y'all. We have 1-1, Mudkip at 101%, 1 to a little, wow. Down tilt into down smash, very much true. We just get, I love the tech chase here. You get the tech in place, and honestly, I don't mind the tech in place. If you teched out towards the stage, you would have died. I wish we did go for the tech in, because you know that a lot of our Fire Emblem cast, Chrom, Lucina, Marth, Roy, they are looking for you to tech towards that ledge so they can kill you so quickly. And you see Mudkip did die at about, about 120 about. So very, very good stuff from Queen to recognize, hey, you're super close to a ledge. I can just run up on you and literally kill you for free. And really great start for Queen to get another point on board for University of Connecticut, which is now a 5-2 deficit. So really, really great stuff. And I hope going into these next couple of games, Mudkip does bring it right back. And honestly, I think that they're really, really close to making this into their game, into their point.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I feel like, as you were talking about, though, with that final kill from Kuyan, once that down tilt came in and threw Mudkip to the edge of the stage, I don't think there's any way they get out of that. I think down smash covers both sides so well that no matter what Mudkip does there, they're gone. Like,
Yeah.
I think they basically were on borrowed time from the moment they got hit with that down tilt. I mean, good job by the Huskies trying to gain some momentum back here in this matchup. If I remember correctly, none of their games have been super lopsided. There's been a couple blowout here and there, but for the most part, they've, pretty consistently won a set or two, bringing us into it. They just haven't quite broken the seal. So maybe we find something here from Kuyan on the Lucina. I mean, Lucina gets played because they're a more consistent version of Roy, who's pretty generally considered, higher A tier, very good, very viable, just hasn't quite, once again, broken the seal off on a lot of those matches. So really, we need to see something from the Pikachu here, starting to chain those combos together, be a lot more consistent on that T-Jolt zoning is something I really, really think we need to see from them as well. Kuyan's having really, really good approaches at the moment, so maybe a little bit more work on the T-Jolt to push Kuyan back a little bit more. That's really what we need to be seeing. Force them into the jump, and then you're always going to win on those aerials, I feel like, so long as you can close in quickly with how good Pikachu's aerials really are.
And we are seeing finally a change in stage. Finally, we're not seeing PS2 here. We're going to be seeing Town and City, which, for anyone that don't know, it does change platform types. Now we have no platforms, which honestly makes it a little bit more difficult for Lucina to even enter, because you have nowhere for she's supposed to go besides straight forward. And when you get the Tito, you bait the jump, and that's where Mudkip does flourish with that forward air to counter the jump in. And again, it looks like Mudkip is just in their element, as we see again. TNC is doing such a good favor for them, trying to get the connection off the platform, but it might be really scary here. Missing the forward air, unfortunately, and we get the grab a little bit coming off the ledge there. You saw that for a second there, Loki. You were floating in the air for a second as Kuyan is attempting to get back on stage. That is a lack of a punish on the get up attack, so we could be seeing a Kuyan get the lead here, but unfortunately we do not. We're back off stage. The Ticho's coming in once more, and we have no platforms at all, so it's gonna be another dash attack, and that is finally the first stock. Only 30% on Mudkip, which is really, really good.
A dash attack, surprisingly, one of the best ways to get a kill on Pikachu sometimes, especially at those higher percentages. Sometimes it's easier to just let it go. I mean, one of the more consistent ways that you can find a kill on Pikachu is drag down into down smash, but as we were just talking about, drag down, not the easiest thing to input on Wi-Fi. It gets a little bit brutal. You saw earlier that sometimes there can be lag issues with that, and so at the end of the day, without being able to perfectly input a lot of those a lot of those skills, a lot of those drag downs, a lot of those combos, makes it really, really hard for Pikachu to find a kill. So dash attack there, very, very strong option, surprisingly, in that situation. Now really working those T-Jolts, especially camping those platforms in order to get some of that extra damage in. Sadly, not going to be able to grab too much more from that, as Kuyan seems to be adjusting a little bit to this T-Jolt spam that's coming through.
Yeah, for sure. And unfortunately, as we say that, it's still a matter of Kuyan trying to get past these T-Jolts. Oh, falling on the floor there. Trying to get past these T-Jolts, trying to get something started for themselves, but at the same time, Mudkip is so on top of punishing any aerial approach that I was talking about earlier, which is what a lot of Fire Emblem characters like to do. They love to go for those aerial approaches. But we got the forward air, can be sending Mudkip to the side blast soda and finally getting the first stock out of here. But Kuyan at 123%. This looks like Mudkip's game to stock to take, and it definitely was with that forward air.
Yeah, if you didn't notice, Mudkip's actually been doing a really good job of kind of conditioning Kuyan into every time they're on the edge of the stage, Mudkip's been throwing out the forward smash every single time. You know, time and time out. And so Kuyan now, recognizing that, thinks they can get a good punish by jumping up. This time, Mudkip reads it out. The good close into range there to find the fair and the kill. Now, but finally, Mudkip finding a little bit of that drag down. Oh, really good fish there with forward smash. And you saw why they use that move so much. It does a ton of damage with a ton of knockback, but it really doesn't have that much end lag to it. It lingers there for a pretty long time, and so even if you throw it out and they dodge in, you still have a pretty good chance to get out scot-free.
Okay, looks like Kuyan does seem to be locking in. Now hasn't gotten a single hit coming in from Mudkip in a couple of minutes. And a couple of seconds, and thankfully that's honestly best case scenario for Kuyan right now. The dash attack again once more gonna be being a thorn in Kuyan's backside along with the forwarder to match. Now can we get this edge guard? We do get the forward smash, but we're not gonna be able to connect it in time, but we do instead get the down smash, and Kuyan falls right into it, finally taking another game. Sorry, not another game, but taking game 2 into Mudkip's favors, which brings us over to a game 3 between these two phenomenal players.
Yeah, I feel like after this point, I'd be surprised if we didn't go back to PS2. You know, I mean, Kuyan looked so good there against Mudkip and really, really struggled on a different stage. That time, really good play out. Again, they've been conditioning that fair. Safe way to get around it is either by, you know, hitting the roll-in or jumping up. Kuyan, it works exactly into it. Mudkip there finds the down smash as a result. And down smash, probably the most consistent move that you can find as a kill on Pikachu. That's really good spacing, actually. Wow! Stopping it perfectly to not go into that down tilt finds the kill. Great job by Mudkip there to understand the range they need to work with.
Oh, for sure. Especially with a disjoint like Lucina has, that sword. It gets a little bit more difficult to figure out, okay, where's my spacing? Where should I be? Can I low profile this? Can I, like, jump out of it? And again, Mudkip, like we were mentioning just now in that phenomenal clip where we literally just barely were outside the range of that down tilt for Kuyan. Such a good display of knowing your character and the other character's limits and what they can reach. So going into this game 3 is going to be very, very interesting to see how we can change it up. Again, like you said, I'm definitely expecting the return to PS2 over any other stage right now. I would love to see a switch to maybe small battlefield, even battlefield for that kind of close quarter space, because a lot of these longer stages are really benefiting Pikachu for that T-Jolt kind of spam range culture, where you can really easily punish an aerial above like the T-Jolt or anything like that.
Yeah, and I mean, anytime Lucina jumps, as of right now, they're done. Like, Mudkip's just doing such a good job about closing it in, getting their damage, starting their combo, working it through. The moment that Lucina jumps to dodge a T-Bolt, and they don't have a platform or something to run away through, they're done at the moment. And so I think you're completely right that a small battlefield would be huge. I think PS2 works. I think, as you said, Battlefield, really, really good option. You have those platforms to run away from. It gives you those different approach options dealing with the T-Jolt. And, you know, you have somewhere to land when you jump instead of just getting battered down by a very small, angry electric rat. They're mad that they've been ripped off, that Pow World is here now trying to take their thunder away. They gotta fight it right back in.
Oh, you're so right there. But regardless, you're saying the platforms do give Lucina something to land her feet on. I mean, TNC, yes. It has platforms. Yes, it has platforms. The platforms are so spaced out that it benefits Pikachu more into keeping you very close to the blast zone than at least Battlefield or small Battlefield, where they're more inside. So they're a little more protected, a little more closer to like the actual stage itself rather than the blast zones, which could be where you die very quickly to Pikachu, or honestly if you get Lucina on the ledge, whatever, right? So as we get into this next game, I'm fully expecting to see a different stage, maybe PS2 again. I don't mind it. I think it's a good kind of stage for most of the cast regardless, especially Pikachu doesn't do horrible on it. Clearly we saw how well honestly both players are playing into that game 1 and again into game 2. So before we get our game started right here right now, going again of the single Pikachu, and there it is, the PS2, same as game 1. We're going straight into game 3, getting the slight run back to this stage.
Yeah, and sure enough, we actually did see Delaware banning out Battlefield and small Battlefield. So everyone's on the same wavelength there, sharing the same brain cell. Sadly, though, not starting out great here on PS2 for Delaware. Ooh, those up air chains can be brutal. That time, though, Kuyan manages to fall out without too much damage to their name. Meanwhile, Mudkip still sitting around at a pretty 50%. Good parry there. Not able to capitalize on it too terribly much, though. Mudkip, and once again, not in a great position, trapped on the edge of the stage. No platforms to run away to. Good counter, trying to fish for it, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to be able to find much. Now Mudkip really needs to find a way to claw back into this.
Yeah, the claw back into it they have to do is right here, right now, because the Kuyan is kind of in their element on this stage. You can really tell in the percent differences here. Trying to get a last minute thunder, but it's not going to be enough. As Kuyan does get back on stage, we do get the down throw though into the up air, into the forward air once more, and I love that connection coming in from Mudkip in order to get something started with the grab there. So I mean, you do get a little bit of a tiny reset here, and I'm talking about those T-Jolts for that space. So good for Mudkip into this matchup against someone like Lucina, who wants to be a little more closer to, who wants to be getting those grabs, which Kuyan absolutely does. No way, and we get the catch on the neutral get up. What are you doing over there, standing over there? Watch this.
Yeah, I really think Kuyan is winning right now with their shield usage. Mudkip, so much of the time, thinks they have a good approach. Kuyan shields it out, finds the punish. It's in the name of the game time and time again. I almost feel like Mudkip needs to play this a little bit softer after they get this stock. Force Kuyan to engage. It's what they were doing last time and it worked great. This time, though, Mudkip trying to increase the pace, not working out for them. Already, like only 40% away from getting lapped in the percentage. Not where you want to be at a stock down. Back air, though, is huge. Can they find a little bit more off of it?
All that they do, Kuyan all the way at 130, and then we get the very low but very effective forward air very down there in the last zone, and that allows Mudkip to get that second stock, to get 2 stocks apiece here. Kuyan again is taken off stage. Stop it. There's no way you're dead. There's no way. Oh my god, Lucina, you're so much better than Roy. But we get the grab right back into the double up there, and another edge guard coming in from Mudkip, which gets completely negated by Kuyan once more. A complete reverse in positioning, and then a counter as a statement. Nice.
Yeah, I think Mudkip's going to that side be a little bit too much. I mean, quick attack makes that happen at the end of the day. It's just they're trying to find the mix-up, but it's not mixed up when you do it that much, and Kuyan's really figured it out now. Only at 53% too for that stock. Good up there is trying to find something a little bit more. Not going to be able to now. Mudkip gets right into the dancing blade. Not where you want to be. More damage added on. Once again, good stood out by Kuyan. Grab, though, finally finding a little bit more. Not going to find much out of that. Back here, just a little bit of extra tick of damage or two. Amazed we don't see the down smash come out from that drag down. But
and
still, Kuyan is alive. I mean, that's... if you've got them in there and you're near the ground, you've got to throw out the down smash if they're at high percent. Doesn't matter. We get the kill regardless there, baby. That's brutal not seeing the highlight reel play.
I know, but at least Mudkip finished it out once again, and although we do see that Mudkip is in the very high percentage, we are a little bit in deficit, and we have to do most of the approaching, and that shield's getting very low, buddy. We are going to be seeing Mudkip avoid the counter this time, unlike the first couple of times, and maybe gain some attention in his favor, but I think the way Kuyan is playing right now, that might be game. Oh, not quite yet. The red sparks do come out, but the exit DI does let Mudkip live a little bit longer off of the dancing blade. But it's Kuyan who's going to be continuously in the advantage here on the ledge, just making sure that we are getting these approaches. But the humongous punish off of the up B out shield. Now hold on. Mudkip with the rage can absolutely do it right here, right now. Before we get that back throw, though, for Kuyan, can we get the forward air connection? No, no nair, no dice, no back air either connection. The dash attack also being punished. The up throw not enough quite yet, Loki.
I feel like one up B, a fair, almost anything. Oh, almost anything. Gonna find it at this point for Kuyan. Oh, that's it. That's it. You can't get hit with the down tilt at high percent from a Lucina. You're gone. No chance there. Mudkip, second verse, same as the first, dies the same exact way on PS2. Down tilt into down smash. They couldn't figure it out the first time. They can't get through it the second time. Great shield use there. The punish, the spot dodge, it all comes together. Amazing play. No tech this time, not needed. Amazing. As I was, not actually a down smash, it was a dash attack. Still though, down tilt sets it up. Exact same kill for Kuyan. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, I know I yelled down smash. I saw the vision in an alternate universe, but
They didn't even need it.
no, for Mudkip on the platform, where
Oh,
we
yeah,
did
yeah,
a
yeah,
drag
yeah.
down and then just didn't get anything
Just
off of that,
didn't
and I was
hit
like,
it.
no, this didn't hit the
Brutal.
down smash. I know you would have low key would have won, but Kuyan Lily made a beautiful statement here on the Lucina against Mudkip, getting really good again. Finishing out game 1 and game 2 the exact same way, going for a tech chase, not the down smash, but for the down tilt instead, taking it very beautifully. But regardless, for the updated score, we are 7-5, 7 for University of Delaware and 5 for University of Connecticut. So it has gotten very, very close from the previous 5-1 we had seen earlier in the stream. But before I get to all that, we are going to be going to a very quick break for our next game. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back with you for more Smash.
Everybody, and welcome back to the EGFC Collegiate Smash Brothers. I am joined by a brand new friend. I got Juice hanging out beside me. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing absolutely amazing. It is a pleasure to be back to the EGF scene, and I just can't wait to get on with this amazing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate action. But how are you doing, Loki?
Doing very, very well. We already see Connecticut here doing pretty much better than they have through the entire rest of this season. Their largest set count in any of their games is 1, and they've looked competitive in both sets they've played up against Delaware at the moment. So, not maybe the start we wanted to the season for the Huskies going up against a team like Delaware who's only dropped a single match on the season, but it's still a pretty good omen thus far for the Huskies, as being 1-1 with 2 competitive sets, not a bad place to be in whatsoever. Right now, though, as we head right back into it, though, we've got Incineroar with Greed as the player, and Bayonetta coming out with Percy XPX for Delaware. It'll be very, very exciting. I don't know that Incineroar has an amazing matchup into this, but yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say, Incineroar is kind of one of those characters where it's like Incineroar starts the game off at literally 70%, which is what we're seeing right now, and then Incineroar has a chance to play the game, get some big damage, and, capitalize on some rage. So that's going to be kind of what we are kind of expecting out of Greed. I remember casting Greed not too long ago, and Greed had some insane plays, just, down a stock or down 2 stocks, and would make Revenge just come into play and take stocks just as quickly as he got damage stacked onto it and stuff.
Yeah, Greed, not a bad player at all, but you really don't want to be starting out 1 stock down against anyone on University of Delaware. Only 70% to Percy's name. Looks like they're fighting. I mean, if you tuned in right now and they both had 3 stocks and told me that Percy was just playing poorly, I wouldn't be surprised at all. 20 seconds in. Meanwhile, we're about a minute in, and Percy is absolutely rolling it, taking them to the top rope. We added on some more, 50% now. Can we get some extra? No, not going to happen. Stage recovery comes on through for Greed.
Yeah, not going to happen just yet. It looks like right now Percy's just like, all right, let me go ahead and play a little bit away, because right now I am at that percent, so I kind of want to just back on this damage and play a little bit away from Incineroar. You can really bait Incineroar pretty hard. He doesn't have the best mobility, and once you kind of win, that's why you don't really want to go in on him, because he does have some decent frame data, and Greed actually able to seal the stock right there. 69% on the second stock here for Greed. So.
Yeah, I love the fish there for Greed. Just throwing out the up smash, hoping they hit something, ends up finding it. They're not incredibly sure what happened. I think they're trying to wait out that down smash, ended up waiting just a little bit too long, and now you've entered Smash 4 zone, where you get to be comboed by Bayonetta for the next 8 years. Hope you enjoy your stay. It's not great.
Exactly. It's like an Airbnb, but for it's called Airbnb Bayonetta. That's what we call that. But yeah. Greed's actually been landing quite a few up smashes, going ahead and reading some of those APK approaches from Percy. But Percy's really not giving it in too much and letting too much damage happen. Just going to go ahead and seal the deal with those combo extensions. Not going too far for a reversal right there, but this should be the yep. I was gonna say that should be the stock right there. Percy taking it 2 stocks for this first game here.
Yeah, sometimes you feel like these games are just won and lost on character select. Dang, do you feel like it's won and lost on character select when you're playing Incineroar versus Bayonetta? That's just brutal. Incineroar already isn't super known for having a good disadvantage in general. A good disadvantage taken to the air against a character with this good of a combos, when you weigh that much and you have that big of a hitbox, it's just... It's not great here for Incineroar, for anything that's happening for UConn right now. This is just really not what you want. Oh, that's how that connected. They got the leg. Okay, I see.
Yeah, that's kind of what Greed was fishing for later on during the whole game. It seemed like Percy was just getting down these punishes really heavily, but when it comes down to Greed trying to find stocks, Greed was really hoping to call out those APKs, because that's really all Incineroar can do, because he does not have the mobility to just zone in, and he often gets put into a situation of, all right, let me just go ahead and attack. Oh, it looked like he didn't have a jump on that stock actually.
Yeah, I think just barely. Like the moment they jumped or something, Percy caught them. That's just bad luck all around by Greed. But Don't worry about last match. We got to worry about this one. And already Greed pulling up the revenge. Don't know how much they can put into action, though, as Percy seems to be kind of dancing around them.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that's literally it. You know, as soon as you see Incineroar with revenge, you kind of just want to be like, all right, let me get away from you because you can do an insane amount of damage, or you can kill me just as quickly as I spawned. So Percy did a good job of just kind of running away from there. But Greed up to a much better start than that first game here.
Yeah, 40% on the board for them. Still needs to find an entry in onto this Bayonetta. The side Bs and up Bs are brutal at 90. Percy hasn't gotten a hit since that initial side B out of him. Finally finds their second. Their third, a big one. Not quite going to find much. If they can protect the stage well, though, it might lead to a little bit more. Percy barely glides their way into that one with a good jump. Now finds a neutral reset, looking for a little bit of an entry. Is going to find it with the side B. Combo continues, pushing Greed off stage. And there's the down air off stage. Reads the recovery perfectly. Percy finds another stock advantage.
Yeah, that was an amazing job of catching that side beat from Greed right there. Oh no jump right there. The edge guard coming in clutch for Percy again. Absolutely amazing second stock, and now Greed down a whole 2 stocks. And the combos just keep on going. It's literally, okay, that's the first counter we've seen in a little bit, but the combos just keep going just like Smash 4.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like we're in a time machine at the moment.
Wow.
I don't know that they know they're playing Ultimate because you just got classic Bayonetta combo, Greed. Go on home. You've been 3 stock. This is Smash 4 Bayonetta.
Wow. See, this is why people consider Bayonetta apart from mid-tier. Bayonetta used to be mid-tier until people started landing these combos just a little bit easier. And it seems like the Bayonetta meta is just grown over and over again. But literally, you would think like there's maybe a way to DI right at the top there. But due to the rage on Bayonetta, due to the rage on Incineroar, Percy able to seal that 3 stock, man. What a climactic victory coming out there. But yes, look at the 2 little blips in the top left. Like, it's crazy the launch that happens right there. Incineroar, like, there was the absolute most perfect DI, and there was still no chance of survivability right there.
I mean, that close to the blast zone, what really can you ask for in that state? I feel like Percy just has Greed's number the entire time. You see they're setting up the recovery, already a super predictable recovery on to Incineroar. It just doesn't matter. Percy reads it perfectly, finds it again. This another great example of just finding out, you know, everything perfectly onto Greed. No chance, 89%. Oh, wait.
It was a 0 to death.
Oh, yeah, 0 to death there. I mean, it happened in like 3 seconds. I mean, I'm not surprised. They didn't really even have time to get hit. And then all it took them was another 4% to find the final kill. I mean, that's... Oh, it's been a minute since I saw a roll that hard.
Yeah, no, that was really crazy. I mean, Percy just kind of stepped it up and was just like, all right, you got a few kills with up smash. It's time to put in some work. It's time to lock in. And Percy going to go ahead and lock in those extra points for the University of Delaware here. And now the Huskies are in a bit of a dire situation right now.
Yeah, I mean, that's a 7-point set for the Huskies. 1 point off of a perfect one. That's really all you could ask for at the end of the day. Just waiting on those picks at the moment. I mean, we talk about the depth that are on these teams and how important it is for finding the counter picks, for finding, you know, the right person to send in when you know it.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about, you know, you really want to have depth and utility belt of people to send in there. You see exactly why not really any entry ever for Greed on that one as they were matched up against the Bayonetta. I mean, that's just absolutely perfect. We have Swift here now sending in Boomer for their team. They're playing Lucas for the University of Delaware, the Blue Hens. On the other side, Cozy Wrath for the Huskies sending in themselves on Shulk, which I absolutely love. You're 1 and 2 in set count. This is the match where you've got to win. If it's not, you know, if you lose this one, there's a very, very little chance it's going to go your way. What better time to send in the captain, Cozy Wrath?
It's kind of like a if I don't, who will type scenario. You know, you gotta bring the team together. You gotta take one for the team and make something big happen. And I think, honestly, I like the chance of Shulk versus Lucas. It's a very unfamiliar matchup in a lot of terms. Like, not a lot of people are used to seeing Shulk go up against Lucas just in today's meta. But I do want to say that, I feel like some swords struggle versus Lucas, but I really don't feel like you struggle when you have an even larger sword like Shulk. And the ability to switch out of Monado arts. Lucas's combos are pretty ridiculous, and he wants to spike you early sometimes, and he wants to edge guard you. But, if Shulk or if Cozy Wrath is able to kind of stay, hyper aware and use the Monado arts to, keep access to high jumps and high up Bs, or even just use shield to get out of those, down tilt grabs into throws, some stuff like that. That actually would be very, very good for Cozy Wrath if Cozy Wrath hopes to, switch the momentum here for this next upcoming set.
Yeah, I think prior to DOC, Shulk had one of, if not the best range in the game. And so that's, I think, a pretty good pick here against Lucas. You don't really have to worry about too much about disjoints or not against Lucas, I feel like, unless you take it to the air and try to deal with the Lucas aerials. But for the most part, I think the disjoint isn't huge. What is huge is having that range, so you can try to sit out of things perfectly and then find the entry. And as you said, those speed and those jump arts pretty useful here to be able to find recoveries and be able to, dance around what Lucas may be bringing to the table. Looks like we are going to have a button check, but after that button check, we'll be heading right to, now don't be surprised here, it's going to be PS2.
See, I feel like that's the funniest part is everybody just picks PS2 across the board. And then everybody on Twitter's recently been like, man, we need to stop picking PS2. What should we pick now? Let's pick Small Battlefield.
No! What? No!
That's what everybody picks. That's literally what everybody picks. I've seen Small Battlefield everywhere else. It's
disgusting.
Crazy. It's the funniest thing. And that's what I do. I'm just like, if PS2 gets banned, I'm just going Small Battlefield. Because it's the same thing.
Oh my god, I play Zero Suit, I play Joker, I play Pikachu. I don't love any of those on Small Battlefield for the most part. I want to go town and city. PS2 sounds great. Give me those long areas with platforms that I can combo off of really, really well. Don't make me box things. That sounds awful. No. Right into it. We got Lucas and Shulk right here, right now. It is going to be PS2. Delaware's on the Shulk. Cozy Wrath, the captain for the Huskies, trying to find their way in, and already not in a great spot.
Yeah, not in the best spot, but we already saw some of those adaptations with the shield coming into play already. But, one thing Lucas does really well is Lucas can also box. So sometimes Lucas doesn't even need those extra disjointed moves, and sometimes that PK fire, right?
Yeah, Cozy Wrath, 97%. There is the PK fire, trying to set up a little bit of an edge guard, not going to be able to find it. The grab comes through for Cozy Wrath. It's Boomer right back to the edge. Looks for a little bit more. Nothing really swinging there. It's thrown out a ton of arrows, doesn't find anything until that grab comes through, and the follow-up almost non-existent. Now the PK fire is starting to work for Boomer. They got their boxing in, now they're ready to sit back a little bit, force Cozy Wrath to engage, and just keep adding on that extra damage.
Yeah, it's kind of, I'm already seeing like an adaptation to the way that Cozy wants to play from Boomer here. It's kind of like, all right, let me go ahead and just spam out my PK fires, get up that extra damage, and the minute that you're out, I'm just going to make sure that I can attack you head on once you're out of that Monado art. And already, Boomer up here doing a huge amount of extra damage, 18% on Cozy Wrath's second stock. Ledge guarding is not paying out well for Cozy Wrath.
No, I love the game plan here from Boomer. It looks like they're really, as you were saying, sitting on that boxing at the low percent, and then the moment they have the damage they want, they're just forcing Cozy Wrath into bad positions using that PK fire. Cozy Wrath looking a little bit cleaner here, but the ledge guards for them are just non-existent. Boomer having no issue getting around it, and surprisingly, the punish game on Boomer looking really, really strong on the Lucas.
Yeah, the punish game is going really well here, but literally we might see a difference in momentum here as long as Cozy Wrath is able to figure out some sort of ledge guarding opportunity. And every single time it seems that, the counter that is not the best counter in the game is actually not that great, does not manage to find the kill right there. I'm very surprised.
Yeah, high percentage there for Boomer. No kill. Now, that high percentage rolling a little bit back to that PK fire strategy. Still, though, the aerial is looking incredibly strong for them. I feel like Lucas really has some underrated aerials at the end of the day. Like, both of the Earthbound people can really, really get in there with the aerials, even though, for the most part, people tend to focus on, how good those specials are.
No, for sure. I mean, the specials are... Oh my god, I saw the hard read coming out from Boomer right there. That actually would have likely killed. The forward tilt still not going to do it here for Cozy Wrath. Cozy Wrath just not unable to find the stock here. Gets the down tilt. Oh my god. That was such an unfortunate turn of events right there. Goes for the edge guard and the reversal from the PK Thunder. Just not going to pay out. And it's actually going to end with Cozy Wrath taking the stock.
I almost feel like at this point, Cozy Wrath has to give up the ledge. I mean, it's just not working for him. You know, find the neutral reset maybe. Because they are doing, you know, rather okay in the neutral. Just ledges are not their friend at the moment. And, you know, it's gotten them to this 3-1 stock deficit. And now they really need to find their way back in. Oh, fishes with a counter. I don't know that I'd ever fish with a counter on Shulk, especially not against someone who can hit as hard as Boomer. Finally finds it back in with the side B, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, the counter is one thing you really kind of want to avoid as a Shulk. You really want to, you know, just kind of build up the damages here. And even on the ledge, you want to just kind of react to what your opponent is doing. There was a lot of neutral get-ups that Cozy Wrath was not reacting to, and it's been opting for the tri-state twist instead with rolling behind and then trying to get a back throw. And actually, Boomer going to go ahead and do the same thing, and it's actually going to pay off. And Boomer taking the first game here with the 2-stock lead.
Yeah, and honestly, it looked like it probably should have been more than the 2 stocks. Just finds the death on the long-range side B. I mean, Boomer really good at switching up their strategy throughout. They started off boxing, then went to the specials, and then at the end, just demolishing with the grabs. That was a neutral get-up into side dodge? That's... Okay, yeah. I'm not really sure what the plan was there. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I know one thing is that literally Lucas's throws just will eviscerate Shulk when he's in a Monado just because of the the balance, which is once one Monado comes out, of course the knockback scales. So right then and there was just, I mean, even in this opportunity here, Cozy Wrath would try to do a drop zone fair to steal the stock, but literally the stock got stolen by Boomer when you get knocked out by the PK Thunder. So again, another unfortunate turn of events here, and it was just very, very clean play from Boomer's part.
I feel like Boomer just had the download, honestly. Like,
yeah.
At every single point, they knew exactly what Cozy Wrath was going to do. Oh, that's
facing the back, so you're going to die immediately.
No chance there. Back scratch comes through, finds the very, very suave kill. I mean, I feel like Boomer knew what Cozy Wrath was going to do at literally every single point of the game.
Yeah,
like if you watch this grab, it comes out before anything. Like, he's already throwing it before the dodge comes out.
Yeah,
it's already going. I mean,
yeah. I want to say I don't even think that throw might have killed a proper DI. I think it might have like slightly been there and just been in a very bad situation. But I think like Cozy Wrath was just not ready to get red that hard, and then it was just like, all right, let's just go next game. Let's just go next game. Because when that download happens, you just need that refresh of, all right, let me relax, take a breather, let's just end that game, and hopefully get something going for the next game here.
Yeah. So just waiting on that stage at the moment. Cozy Wrath though looking incredibly strong. I feel like we do need to see a small battlefield or something at this point.
Think so?
I mean, well, right when I say that, they weren't winning on boxing.
Yeah.
Like,
that's such the oddball part about Lucas, is because Lucas has all this range and has all these crazy, Zaire combos and, of course, great specials, but Lucas can box. And it's like, Shulk can kind of box, but Shulk wants to play in a range like, right here. Like, Shulk wants to just nick you and throw stuff at you and poke the whole time. Lucas wants to jump in and nair you. Lucas wants to jump in and start, tilting you so he can get a throw. Or even if you're at this range, you're kind of forced into shield as Shulk, because now Lucas is like, oh, okay, I don't have to box. I can just PK fire, PK fire, PK fire. What are you going to do about it? What are you going to, So it's I feel like it's a very difficult position for Cozy Wrath to be in, and they might not be as comfortable as they would like to be in terms of, fighting mid-range.
I feel like I almost want a Lilat or something from it. Mm-hmm. Just that really weird mix-up stage. Nobody's comfortable on it. It's got platforms to run away to, but not too much. We're not going to see that, actually. We're going to go to a stage that people are more comfortable on. We're going to go to Kalos, which, okay, yeah, I'm here for it, I see the vision.
Yeah, I don't mind Callus a lot, actually. I mean, I think it gives it a little bit more space, but you have to be very, very aware on those platforms as well. But it also offers a little bit more recovery mix-ups too, so.
Yeah, I feel like that recovery is also really, really huge for Cozy Wrath. Last time they were, they tried to go for one of those big plays, weren't able to find it, got reversed. Another time, just not able to find the recovery whatsoever. And starting out here, they are looking significantly better. 57% on Boomer, jump coming out there so they can get a little, nick of extra damage in before they swing it right on back through. Cozy Wrath, actually, I think this is the first advantage they've had all match.
No, for sure, and like I mentioned, right, I think they're just playing it really well. Up-B. Ooh, I like the up-B attempt here. That was a position that Boomer was forced into taking the defensive end. Gonna go ahead and read the roll away there, gets the forward throw. Cozy Wrath has been going high quite a few times, has to make sure not to get caught too hard.
Yeah, especially against someone like Lucas, with one of those big fishing aerials and that double jump that just lingers for 8 years, I feel like you really do have to be worried about going high sometimes. Now though, Cozy Wrath at 100%, but I feel like with the weight and recoveries of these characters, they're really at about the same. If Cozy Wrath can keep it, high enough where they can find the side B or just find the ledge close enough where they can up B, I don't feel like they're in too terribly of a place. Meanwhile, Boomer gonna have a lot harder time recovering onto this stage with that under res.
What?
Doesn't seem like that would have killed, but there we go, I guess.
Hey, I mean, Schultz down to taking the first stock here in this game too. Definitely not something either of us was probably expecting, but I mean, hey, Cozy Wrath is going to go ahead and take that to the bank, and so is the Boomer. PK Free is going to take that stock to the bank, and now we're basically even. Well, never mind, Buster came out.
Like you got mailed to the blast zone in the ice. Good lord, that looks like a basketball pass. Just straight to the blast zone. Finding it there. It's Boomer on 90% now. Needs to find their way back to the stage. The runoff gonna do a lot. Barely making it back. Good little guard though. Was that a footstool?
No, that was just so it looked like, I think Boomer bounced right off the stage. And usually, I guess the angle was just a pixel away from snapping to ledge, so Boomer instead got a bounce off and wasn't able to tech it. So Cozy Wrath, gonna go ahead and take that. Sometimes we just take those.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like getting Battlefield in Melee almost right there. And then what if it happens to your opponent? You're having a good day. I'd rather be lucky than good any day of the week. And right now, Cozy Wrath looking like they're both on Kalos. Needs to find a way out of this ledge guard. However, no issue there. Good roll lane to get past Boomer. Now a little bit between the mid stage. The grabs, always brutal from Lucas. PK Freeze coming out, not going to find it. The grab back now from Cozy Wrath onto Boomer. Now Boomer has to find a way back onto stage. No issue there. Completely settling into the timing of Cozy Wrath aerials. Cozy Wrath once again has to fight through that PK Thunder, and it finds another kill onto them. Boomer evens the stocks back up, 50% advantage for Cozy Wrath. They gotta find something quick though, as Boomer has had no issue finding kills in the percentage when they need to.
Yeah, no, Boomer's been, executing very properly, and it even seems like Cozy Wrath is actually finding a lot of leeway here with the Buster. So now that the Buster's gone, this is a very crucial time for Boomer to kind of capitalize on some of these moves and some of these kills here. But another drop zone fair. Boomer actually recognizing it. Gets the downer, but gets the sour spot, unable to take it right here. Not gonna drop zone fair again. The jab, gonna go ahead and keep Cozy Wrath away. Reads the roll away. Huge PK Freeze opportunity here.
This is one of the closest games I've seen in a minute. Boomer fighting to put their feet back on the ground. Finally finds their way back onto the main stage. The stage control for Cozy Wrath looking so clean right now. With that extra stroke range. Oh, a little bit of a cheeky grab. Forces Boomer off stage once again.
Great.
Gonna find it.
Wow, so literally that whole match was Buster coming into play here for Cozy Wrath. Cozy Wrath building up the damage, and then literally Cozy Wrath to throw out the drop zone fair. And it seemed as though Boomer was starting to realize that drop zone fair was coming regardless. But right here, the stall that probably Boomer did not want, and Cozy just gonna go ahead and fully just fast fall here. Or actually, yeah, fast falling right there, getting the forward air at the very tip. I want to say I don't even know if Boomer was going to make that, or if Cozy Wrath was going to make that back. But
no way. Yeah, there's no way you make it back from fastball shulk off of that ledge. If you don't hit it, you're done.
Yeah, and even on that stock right there, just a fastball air dodge going to go ahead and negate some of the frames there from the invulnerability. But another forward air here, and this is what we were talking about. So literally hits the stage instead of magneting. So I don't know if this is Kalos being weird because this looks like a perfect angle.
Yeah, that should grab every day of the week. He's on ledge.
Yeah, he's literally right on the ledge. So I don't know what kind of magnet hands that is, but unfortunately, Boomer is gonna go ahead and drop a game due to that, and Cozy Wrath gonna have another take in life here. Crazy.
Yeah. What a weird game, honestly. At the end of it, there was I think both of Boomer's kills, apart from that last one, came from just weirdness. There was that down tilt that really didn't look like it should have killed. I don't think anyone was ready for it, and then the bounce where the animation for the bounce, the effect was so close to ledge, it went above stage.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I've ever actually seen that.
Oh.
In all these years of Ultimate, I've never actually seen Lucas or Ness get right near the ledge and somehow just nah. Unfortunate.
I mean, you take what you can get. Cozy Wrath there takes game 2. And the bands come out as Lilat, Yoshi's, and Smashville. So I think you just send it right back to PS2, honestly. Yeah, there it is. PS2 is the call from Delaware, trying to find the winning set to close this one out. Should the Huskies win this one on anything, it just puts them in striking distance to that 7-point set we saw earlier from Delaware. The points for the Huskies not there. They're going to have to win all 3 sets to find a way through, and even then it'll be close. But there's no way you're getting back until you don't win this set right here, right now. The Huskies' dreams for their first win of the season rest on Cozy Wrath's back.
Yep, and Cozy Wrath opening the game to a nice 60%, 65. All right, Boomer trying to answer right back here. No huge edge guard. Great opportunity here. Get some extra knockback on that remaining smash, Monado. Cozy in another winning area here. Oh, wait, what? So the first hit of the up B actually came out and nicked, but again, against the mash came out. Down tilt here. Whoa, the huge reversal coming out from Boomer. That's another set of Cozy Wrath getting a little too greedy, and Boomer capitalizing on being a little bit more defensive. Crazy.
Boomer just looks so clean off stage, every single time. Oh, okay!
Wow.
Cozy Wrath taking no breaks there, trying to compliment Boomer. They say, be quiet, sit down, and watch this. Coming out clean there with the smash attack, put themselves right back in the lead and continuing to pile on this percentage. This is a completely different Cozy Wrath than we saw game 1 on PS2.
Yeah, but this is actually scary here.
Oh,
wow! Nice recovery from Cozy Wrath. Able to make it back from the Lucas edge guarding. Okay, the down tilt into the back throw. Has to manage to make it. Oh my god!
I mean, you talk about zoning. Talk about zoning a recovery there. Goes at the PK ice. Cozy Wrath not willing to go low, ends up falling into it. Now a huge deficit to come back on, is they've had trouble killing Boomer basically no matter what the percentage is.
Yeah, no, and that's why Smike was shouted so much, because this looks to be like a very bad situation here now for Cozy Wrath. Cozy Wrath struggling to find the kill, and Boomer's just playing so well. This is going to require a lot of energy. Probably a drop zone. Okay, going for the dare instead. Another fair. Has to get an edge guard or a huge hit, but it's not looking like Boomer's going to let that happen. Up air back air. Still no death here. Smash art comes out. Has to be play very careful with it. The forward tilt. Okay, this is still doable for Cozy Wrath if Cozy Wrath wants to lead the Huskies here to a potential another game set.
I mean, they've racked up damage very, very quickly here against Boomer. Time and time again, they've looked really clean on it. The issue is they seem to just be getting a little bit greedy time and time again. Boomer seems to have download time and time again. And so Boomer is able to find these kills. It really doesn't look like, oh, that's game. That's game. That's game.
No.
Oh, okay.
Great air dodge. This is scary.
you can't play near the ledge at all right now if you're Cozy Wrath. That grab from Lucas is just way too scary.
Yeah, no, you literally have to play a game of just stay away from the ledge. Back that. Oh, okay. Crazy grab coming out from Cozy Wrath here. An up tilt. Shield coming out.
I don't love it. I feel like now's the time to
This is that. That was such a good wait from Boomer right there. Saw the grab, knew to pummel up until shield was gone. That was such a smart Game 3 decision on this last stock. Like, literally, that is one of the most clutch situations you can think of right here. Like, just pummel until the percent is done, until the Monado art is done, and just get your up throw.
Like, frame perfect on it, too. Like,
Literally.
he starts the throw before shield is out. He just knows it's going to be gone by the time it gets there. Literally, like, shield runs out there. The pit comes out like 5 frames later. Like, that's just perfect timing there by Boomer. I feel like Boomer through the entire game was just incredibly smart from start to finish. They just seem to know exactly how everything would work. This reversal here, another great example. Cozy Wrath comes through.
spacing.
Oh, the micro spacing though.
Literally, like I know you're gonna come out here for a forward air, and I'm just gonna end your life for it. Like, stop trying to get greedy. Like, I got those. I have those. And right then, that was just a crazy, like, all right, I'm just going to throw out a forward smash, and the unfortunate Zaire missing there.
Yeah.
But
What a great play there by Boomer from just start to finish. I mean, they just knew every single time.
yeah, I will say this is one of the few times that you see
Oh, they got canceled.
mashing. Oh, wait, the hurt box shift, actually. So when Shulk does his forward smash, he takes a small lurch backwards, and look at how the snake misses because of it. That's actually crazy.
No.
That's ridiculous. And because of it, Boomer gets just forward smash into oblivion. Hurt box shifting in this game is different, man. I will say that is one of the craziest parts of this game.
We very, very rarely see it matter, but when it does, it matters a lot. That one,
Yeah.
another brutal ending by Cozy Wrath. I mean, you see them, they have to pull back the side B. If they don't pull it back, they get caught. I feel like you
Yeah.
almost have to take the PK, freeze at that point. Hope maybe something goes your way, because if you pull it back, there's no readjusting on the side B. Once you're not going forward, you're not going forward on it. I think you just take the PK freeze there. Either way, not gonna find it.
Yeah, I think he had a jump though, at least for that second stock, but no, just clean play from both of their parts here. Boomer Boomer literally played like Michael Jordan clutch right there. Like, there was no drops whatsoever. Boomer was like, all right, I know all this stuff you're gonna go for, and even though I'm at 90%, I'm just gonna go ahead and play this safe, and it's turned out perfectly well for University of Delaware here in the Blue Hens. So, but I want to say, like, great showing out from Cozy Wrath too. Like, that was some incredible adaptation and like just understanding, like, because even in game 1 we saw a lot of the counters being thrown out. We saw a lot of fishing with some of the moves, but even in these last 2 games, we saw like the gameplay improve. Like, we saw the lock in very, very, very aggressively, and leading to a game 3 situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Sadly, now the Huskies out of reach for their victory. Can only get a maximum of 8 points in this game, and they're 13 back. So we're not going to see the Huskies' first win today. Going to have to wait till next week, but we might be able to see their first set record. They've yet to get 2 sets in a game, or as I was in a match so far this season. So stay on the edge of your seats, folks. This could be a first for the Huskies season, and I think that regardless of whatever else we see, they've performed better today than they ever did in the fall split.
Yeah, and I was going to say, after a lot of the times that we've all commentated, I've seen like a crazy amount of improvement from Connecticut as well. So it's going to be interesting to see whether or not what Nate can do versus MPG. MPG, of course, being one of the best Mega Man in the world. Or Mega Men's?
Looks like they're playing. Yeah, MPG's playing Mega Man. Obviously, they're absolutely ridiculous on it. Like, there's a reason they get kept for 5th. It's because they win on Mega Man. Like,
right, literally. Yeah. So, but I am curious to see how Nate can actually perform. Inkling versus Mega Man is another one of those obscure matchups that we don't really see too often. So I'm excited to see what kind of adaptations we see from Nate. and to see what is the optimal play from, you know, Mega Man in this matchup. You know, like, of course, we've seen Mega Man versus like Mega Man versus like Min Min. We've seen Mega Man versus some of these other top characters and how, you know, you really want to use your projectiles. But I think Mega Man might be able to box a little bit more here versus Inkling as well.
I feel like Inkling maybe has a very, very slight plus just off of their speed over anything else if they can connect with it. That down B, the, you know, paint grenade, also pretty brutal when it comes down to it. I feel like that can probably counter out a lot of what Mega Man brings to the table. Only issue is, can they manage the resource bar in order to consistently find it? I don't know. A lot of what, you know, Mega Man brings to the table can just be thrown out time and time again, whereas Inkling only has some of those down Bs in their back pocket. As we find into it, though, already we see, you know, MPG trying to find a little bit. That buzzsaw, you saw him throw it out, pick it up. That can be brutal very quickly. So can these up air juggles, however, as the damage being very quickly added on to Nate. Something I do want to talk about with MPG is how good they are at just not taking a whole lot of damage. We very rarely see their stock or their percentage get super high on any individual stock.
Yeah, no, I was going to mention that too. Like, well, it's also Mega Man just being very hyper mobile, and oh my gosh, the footstool into the leech shield looked like something crazy was already going to pop up. But one thing we were kind of seeing is, wow, just the forward smash immediately. Is Nate was actually doing a good job of keeping MPG at bay with the ink splatter as well. But right now it's just looking like a whole lot of reads coming out from MPG. And do not touch my shield. I'm going to up smash as that is my fastest out of shield option besides back air. And the first stock is going to go to MPG here, using that brush to go ahead and keep Inkling at bay again.
Yeah, there's not many characters I do want to touch shield against. Mega Man's definitely not one of them, especially if playing a light character at a relatively high percent. Without a disjoint, you're done. I mean, that's just up smash city at that point. I mean, not going to really find too much out of it. Now, though, MPG is getting a little bit higher into this percent. We were talking about how rare it is to see them get super high super quickly. Took them, you know, a minute 30 to get to this point, but still, now that leash shield, they're so good with it time and time again. Adds on a little bit of extra damage, finds the very, very slight juggle, and then ends it off with a kill. Now, in a very good edge guarding situation, Nate really working to try to find their way back on the stage. The buzzsaw doing a lot of work there, and then finishes them off very, very cleanly. MPG looking very suave on the very first game.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think Nate was ready for that setup whatsoever, because I don't think that backer should have done the deal for the stock. But again, unpreparedness sometimes leads to those bad DI situations, and Nate is just in a huge ton of disadvantage right now. MPG is just not letting them breathe, and that's gonna seal the deal right there at 80 because of the rage on Mega Man. MPG with a heavy 3 stock, only at 122%. Who's gonna be able to touch this Mega Man?
No one. Right? That's a pretty hard nobody. I don't think they've dropped too terribly much throughout the entire year. They're definitely not dropping too terribly much now. I'm actually going to look this up. MPG.
Okay, they were at 96, forgive me. I thought that was 80, but still.
Yeah.
That killed really much earlier than I thought.
Yeah. MPG. Trying to see if they've lost a single game so far this year, and it's not looking like it. I think the most they've dropped is in a single game is 2 stocks. So that was only twice. So even the best in the EGF are having a really hard time, and I don't know that anyone super has an answer to MPG thus far in the EGFC.
See, that was that stock right there that I was talking about, where Nate might have not been ready for the setup there, and unfortunately lost the stock way too early to some improper DI. But right here too, like literally, MPG was just calling out everything.
Yeah,
everything was getting called out, and it's hard, man, when you fight a player at that level, you know, or at that you know top echelon level. It's hard to maintain your composure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's never easy to deal with it. Right into it.
Right back into it.
All right. Nate, already down to stock as we're trying to work through this one, get it done quickly.
Yep. Oh, the jump is gone, but great air dodge. Able to drift away so that it doesn't get called out. I was hoping for a looked like a footstool dare right there. Footstool dare actually a huge thing in terms of the meta now. A lot of players are utilizing it. Oh my! I knew the second back here was coming. I knew it. I knew it.
I mean, this is highlight reel farming. It feels like. I mean, this is just clean combo after clean combo after clean kill. Now Nate pushed back off stage into another edge guarding. That leaf shield, so powerful for this exact situation. Calls out the neutral get up very, very well. But as you said, Mashup finds the way. This paint roller, really a powerful ability. Gonna take all of your paint immediately. And so you see there, Nate doesn't go for the follow-up, actually goes for refilling their paint because you can't do much without the paint on Inkling.
And that's what we were talking about earlier with resource management and, you know, being able to actually use it and, you know, maintain your paint. Because, I mean, paint is literally your most crucial thing in this matchup. The up tilt, not going to seal the deal yet. MPG doing a great job of just staying out of the air and knowing when certain attacks are coming. Knew the grab was coming and rolled away to avoid the back throw, which would have led to a kill. And now it seems as though Nate is a little confused on how to seal out the stock. Throws out a raw F smash. That one's going to do the deal, though. Wave, well, not the wave dash, but an air dodge back to the ground to get that up smash.
Nate halfway now to matching MPG's. Oh, well, never mind. Never mind.
Well,
that'll do it.
That game went really, really quick and ended on 420. I just want to note that. But
we gotta love the funny number references.
Gotta love them.
Always beautiful.
Yeah. It's kind of scary how you can't do anything about that forward smash. You literally just have to shield and then just back up and let Mega Man hold it. But yeah, literally that was like frames of recognizing that, oh, a side B's coming. Let me just run off stage and do it again because I know it's coming.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to go super deep in the analysis here, but it's just MPG calls it out. MPG calls it out again. MPG finds a killer combo. MPG calls it out. That's the only time they really didn't find it was there on the paint roller. I think they expected Nate to be a little bit faster on the movement going through. The drift just isn't perfect, which if we can end this, and that's the biggest mistake we want to call out, is your drift isn't perfect, I think you ending with a pretty dang good game.
I mean, MPG's ending with another win here. I mean, look at the conversions, man. The conversions are just like, it's at this point, it's just a bread and butter, and right then and there, like literally stopped right before the ink bomb because knew the ink bomb was going to explode. I was like, oh wait, let me just kind of space, just there we go, forward smash. Yeah. But crazy turnout. University of Delaware Blue Hens taking this set, and Connecticut unfortunately falling short of another set win. But of course, like you mentioned, Loki, they do have another chance of doing it next week. This week's not the one, but next week certainly can be the one where we saw a hell of a lot of improvement coming out from Connecticut this one as well.
With that, we are going to go to a short break, but don't worry, we'll be right back with an interview with the victorious Blue Hens. Hello everybody, and welcome back. We are met with the victorious Boomer after putting on a show as the Lucas. How are you feeling after that match?
I'm feeling all right. I'm feeling good.
I mean, I gotta say, you ended out last split only dropping one game. Should we be expecting something similar, something even better this split?
We're definitely going to be striving for that, yeah. I'm going to see if we can maybe get the run back on UT Arlington, but we want to make sure that we're still keeping up with, just playing the best that we can for the rest of the season.
Right. And actually, I kind of wanted to highlight your match versus Cozy Wrath, Boomer. How were you feeling going into the matchup, like Lucas v. Shulk? Like, what are your thoughts on the matchup? Because it seemed like you had quite a read, and then like that set ended up in one of the most like exhilarating sets of the whole like match. So how'd you feel going into that versus Shulk, or what are your thoughts on that matchup?
Well, I used to play Shulk, so it's not too unfamiliar to me actually.
Okay.
So I have a general idea of like when I know he wants to go off stage and use jump, I know how to like go actually. Well, at least I know when he wants to go high. I know like how far jump actually goes. I know that there was on one of the PS2 games where he was really low below PS2. I did underestimate how far jump goes there. I thought he was done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I do generally understand that Shulk Nair is really like good. It's really safe if you use it right. There was a lot of him just landing on me with like Nair or back air, and I'm fairly familiar with just getting the parry timing, so it's not too crazy for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, because I mean, that last game 3, you looked like, even though it looked to be a little like crazy for both of y'all, it looked like you were maintaining your composure, and it was very smart. We were talking about it, how smart it was to just grab and pummel shield until it goes away and just get the up throw to seal that final stock. So some great play coming out from all of y'all, man. It was an amazing job.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, I do want to ask though, with that, second game that went to Kalos, it looked like there were 2 stocks there that maybe shouldn't have found their way. How do you bounce back mentally from what feels like 2 stocks that really shouldn't have been taken?
Well, I know that for the one where I thought I was gonna snap ledge. It did not snap ledge, and I kind of just bounced off. That just happens if if you angle the thunder into the stage a certain way, it just bounces. And you can do another PK thunder after that. I just didn't react to it in time. Right. But I know that's just something that that'll happen sometimes. You just gotta shake it off, because at the end of the day, like I'm still relatively comfortable in this matchup. It's not impossible for me, and it's not like well, it happens. You just gotta roll with the punches.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just gotta roll with the punches and move forward. My fault, Loki. What were you about to say?
No, good. I mean, just gotta always work with that mental, figure out a new way to get right back into it. With that though, I want to ask you: do you have anyone want to shout out, give that credit to in this match?
I mean, obviously the rest of the team always like hyping each other up like in between sets. It's like it's always nice to know that even if you do like sometimes fumble, that they're gonna be there to pick you back up. Like, it's fine. You're just shake it off. You've still got this. So just having that is good enough motivation to just keep trucking and not let what happens essentially just force your hand, I guess, and change your mental.
Absolutely. One of my favorite things about Collegiate is, hearing all that teamwork and camaraderie. Well, thank you very, very much for time, Boomer, and congratulations again on the win.
Thank you.
With that, I think our turn on the broadcast is coming to a little bit of an end. After this amazing match we saw between Delaware and Connecticut. Sadly, we don't get to see Connecticut get their first win, but if you are a Connecticut fan, don't worry. Next week, they'll be going up against, I believe, one moment. As it was, you won't get to see them get their first attempt at next week because they're on a bye. So if you want to see Connecticut get their first win, go ahead and come back in week 11 on the 6th of February. They're playing William and Mary that week. So I think really that the Huskies have come a long way. I think they're looking significantly better than they were before, and I'm really hoping we see a different spring split for them than we saw in the fall.
Yeah, no, of course. And, like we talked about, they did perform a lot better. I mean, we saw a whole lot of just in crazy amounts of improvement. We saw, even like we talked about the Boomer versus Cozy Wrath, so like that's an insane amount of improvement from the very first game that we saw. And sometimes you just need that ability to lock in, roll with the punches and, keep it flowing. So I'm excited for what Connecticut has in the future. And I'm excited to see what Delaware has, in their preparation for, Arlington and their preparation for some of the other, top dogs in this season. So.
Absolutely. With that, though, we're going to go on a little bit of a prolonged break. Our next match isn't until 10 EST. That one's going to be between George Washington and William and Mary. So if you want to catch some more Smash action, make sure you're right back here for the EGFC at 10 EST. But with that, I've been Loki. That's been Juice. I hope to see you soon.
Easy. Here in season, I think we've had a lot of seasons, but anyway, we're bringing it to you back with the Smash Ultimate action here at the EGFC, coming at you live with Montaneva, the wonderful caster that everybody knows and loves. My name is Juice. If you not know who I am, it's nice to meet you. And how are you feeling today, Lamont?
Great. I'm feeling a little bit like Loki right now because my name. There we go.
There we go. It's finally changed. Right there.
Yes,
got it right.
Today we do have George Washington University, which by the way is like literally like a couple blocks away from me, by the way. And we also have William and Mary as well, going head to head today in another Smash action match going in for you guys. We said we had a couple tonight, and we were not lying, but this is gonna be the last match of the day of the night, if you wave you so will. So should be some really hard hitters going on here. I mean, these are two of like some of the best teams we do have in the EGF series in the past couple of seasons, past couple of years even. So I am, to no surprise, I will be expecting a lot of game 3s tonight. And we're starting right off with the Wii Fit and the Hero.
Yep, Wii Fit and Hero. That is going to be the Hero piloted by Ixoff and the Wii Fit piloted by Republican Animal Crossing, which is the name. No, I am not trying to meme you guys in chat. It is the name. So it also barely fits into their character profile. But we're already kicking it off in the high gear with this explosive damage. Both characters dealing a hell of a lot of percent, hell of a lot of knockback, and both having a very high chance of randomness leading to very early stocks in this match. So how are you feeling about this matchup, Martin?
Oh, I don't think anyone knows this, but I am a very much Hero appreciator, Hero lover, Dragon Quest fan, fanatic. So in this match, I've seen it 1,001 times, and this is no different. What Ixoff is going to be going for is those buffs, those psych-ups, those oomphs, and of course, Colorado as well. The balance is very, very important in the matchup in case of the Wii Fit. Of course, we're going to Animal Crossing going in for those salutations, but we're going to be getting the grab instead. Going to be sending Ixoff off stage for a second, but the zoom does come in clutch. That being one of the best recoveries in the game if you get it pulled fast enough.
Right, no, and of course, Zoom, you know, like you mentioned, Zoom is a very crucial tool. The jab one check into the grab back throw Want to get that sizzle a little low on MP, so these next few hits are going to really matter for Ixoff if they want to go ahead and get some more energy back. But of course, this is also kill percent with Weefit. Weefit can't. Oh, hey, never mind. It does not have deep breathing on just yet, so it is a little bit of some breathing room here. No pun intended. But some really wonky DI on the spike there, leading to the first stock being taken by Republican Animal Crossing. Now Ixoff has to find the kill.
Love the up air that Ixoff was going for right there, and of course we're seeing the third auto active. We go for a little bit of fizzles on the ledge, seeing what get up attack that Republican Animal Crossing is going to go for, and we see that they are fighting for their lives right now. Bounce is activated once more, and deep breathing on the other hand has depleted. We say goodbye Soccer Ball in that moment as we try to go for the back air on shield, which is completely negated by the jab 1, 2, and 3 coming up from Ixoff. Now again, this is really close for Republican Animal Crossing stock to be gone right now, and anything Hero really does, even a Psycho up throw and forward throw, anything like that, will kind of take it. And as I say that, there is that Psycho I was talking about right then and there, and I can see an up air trying to go for the up air, but instead the footstool coming out from Republican Animal Crossing to get rid of, Ixoff really approaching them as fast as they can.
Yeah, no, I mean, of course, Republican Animal... Honestly, it's going to save us both a lot of time if we just say RAC. I'm going to say RAC just so I don't get my words mixed up. But RAC doing an amazing job of just playing keep away, throwing out these projectiles when necessary. And of course, Ixoff does have the bounce capability, but it still doesn't matter when you can't land a hit on this Wii Fit. So Ixoff has to find some leeway here, maybe a forward tilt or something to secure this first stock if they do not want the momentum to get too crazy.
Alright, I see the vision of the Soccer Ball Gaming interrupting Ixoff's momentum there, as you can see, and we're again trying to jump out of this advantage. Hero not being one of the characters that has the best air speeds in the world. I'm quite frankly quite mid in that department, which allows RAC to have this insane lead and only a more insane comeback. We went no way. Wait. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about the geometry that RAC just went through to hit that soccer ball. Yes, instant replay. Let's talk about it. No way.
So,
and that was...
Go ahead, no, go ahead.
I was about to say, I think that was a 0 to death because that stock was taken immediately, and then, Lily, whoa, bro. Like, all right, RAC coming in with an insane 0 to 100 combo with deep breathing active, and then gets the amazing, honestly, once in a lifetime soccer ball on Ixoff. And unfortunately, Ixoff was kind of holding, towards the glass anyway, so it's kind of a matter of, well, GG's, we go next. Next game, we do have 3 points already. 3 stocks! 3 stock! Oh my goodness, for RAC, this is such a great start for George Washington University.
Yeah, no, I mean, an amazing start. And even right here, this is just a perfect example of exactly how RAC was covering almost every single option. So anytime that Hero was in disadvantage, it's kind of like here's one bait, let me go ahead and get some deep breathing. Let me throw this out so you kind of get scared in the air. And then dies at such a low percent in terms of Hero. Like, literally, deep breathing is one of the craziest mechanics in the game. But yeah, just an amazing job from RAC, throwing out one projectile, covering, and then yeah, seeing the battlefield come out here for Ixoff, seeing exactly how there can be some sort of an adaptation. I think the platforms are definitely going to help and kind of mix up those geometry angles that we were talking about, Mark. So I think this might overall just be a better pick for Ixoff here in the long run.
I completely agree. The extra platforms give Ixoff a lot of more space to run around with, and honestly, it benefits both players here regardless. Even though it is Ixoff's stage counter pick, I'm seeing already an adaptation at play. The platforms give a whole lot of more, I don't want to say, I'll say protection for Hero when Hero is pulling out menu. Jumping right over the sensation is so strong, and then we have the bounce activated as well. But you try to cross to get the back air out of shield coming in from RAC, and the zoom does come in and attempt to get the F2 on the landing, but it's going to be allowing Ixoff to get another good pressure on the ledge.
Yeah, no, and like that's kind of what we were mentioning is, the platforms provide definitely some protection, but I mean, Hero does also have that capability of just standing still, and the shield will probably prevent something from hitting Hero, so that is an option as well. But good coverage here. Tries to go for the drop zone fair. Unfortunately, unable to get it. RAC going to go ahead and respond with their own projectile. Ixoff tries to go above. And the turnaround up tilt is what seals the first stock here. Definitely want as much percent on this stock as possible if you are Ixoff.
Yeah, but you can see RAC is definitely trying to get this next stock, and it does. The drop from a platform with the back air is going to be allowing another reset here. A little bit of a even percentage is going on, even though RAC is at 26%. It's so doable for him to really bring it right back against Ixoft. So they're going for a downer, trying to get the fair connection, but it's going to be RAC kind of avoiding that. The Flame Slash in order to negate the soccer ball. Very interesting choice, but I see the vision. That's like about basically a third player here anyway, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the third player in this entire matchup. Oh, wow, Ixoft went way out there. Okay, does not attempt to go for the spike here, but huge possibility for RAC. Does not get the tech chase on the platform like they might have wanted. Ixoft able to get another up tilt. Oh my god! That's so smart! That is so smart!
As an avid hero enjoyer, I never see anyone use Kazap in that way, especially on the top platform, especially as an anti-air off the top of the vertical hitbox rather than the side stronger hitboxes. So very smart from Ixoft overall, but we have to take the stock regardless. We did get a little bit of the gifting in the air from RAC, but it's not gonna be enough. We are halfway through our MP supply. We get the dash tag. We're off stage against Refit, who has deep breathing now. So the ball does come in clutch to get us that higher recovery off of your jump. Then we go for double jump, not gonna be getting the fair, however. We're going to reset back and see what option RAC goes for on the ledge.
Yeah, great spacing on that back there from Ixoft right there. And yeah, from the last time I've seen Ixoft play, I mean, I've never seen any heroes really go for that option with the Kazam. So, I mean, we can tell that there's been some labbing out here for Ixoft. But that RAC Salute the Sun is going to come into play right there. It is now even stocks, even game, but you have to make sure not to give Weefit too much capability here, otherwise your stock can eviscerate or you end up at 80% in one interaction.
I'm a big fan of that Wuxia FC. We did see Ixoft go for, but unfortunately, Animal Crossing is just kind of going crazy right now, even getting the dare off of that, I'm sorry, the spike off of the dare, which is, of course, first 3 frames are always a spike hitbox, correct? So it's a matter of, can we even get this stock as soon as possible? With deep breathing active, I'm not quite sure. The down tilt is a great start for Ixoft to bring this into a game 3. Can we get the grab? We can instead be jumping right over, instead going over to the middle of the stage, going in for the zap, and definitely a Hail Mary hatchet, man. I know our name is William and Mary, but that was a Hail Mary we did not need, Ixoft. Republican Animal Crossing taking it again in game 2.
Yeah, very strong showing right there. And literally, it's like you mentioned, it's kind of those Hail Marys that either spell, victory, spell the miracle, or it spells doom. And right here, unfortunately, it spelled doom for Ixoft on that last stock. Just a clean play here. And I don't even think Ixoft was expecting the up smash right at the edge of the platform. There was no air dodge. There was really no reaction time. But an insane adaptation, great play coming out from Ixoft, but unfortunately RAC just a little too clutch in these last game situations. It's going to go ahead and take it and add the first points on the board here for George Washington University versus William and Mary.
Absolutely, and even though the stage selection of Battlefield was such a good pick for Ixoft, it also benefits WeFit for kind of the same reason. She has the opportunity to stay under these platforms, get deep breathing safely, charge up Sun Salutation very safely, and also have great punish attacks like that F tilt. The F tilt, the back air especially was putting in the work today, Juice. It was a matter of, who can utilize these platforms a little bit better. And honestly, I do think that Republican Animal Crossing did a fantastic job of doing so.
Yeah, no, an absolutely amazing job coming out from Republican Animal Crossing. And it's hard to fight a character who gets away with, like you mentioned, right? I can kind of go to the ledge, I can throw out a few projectiles, and I can just chill here. But, you added platforms. Now you can't attack me from the top. I can't attack you from the top, but I can also do the same thing, right? And unfortunately for Hero, has mana that you have to use consecutively and continuously to throw out projectiles. But with Weefit, you can kind of just throw out that soccer ball at your leisure, throw out Sun Salutation at your leisure with that charge attack. And it's just a little bit of a hard difficulty for Hero. So for RAC or Republican Animal Crossing, gonna go ahead and take that. And I think we're gonna be getting Luco versus Calamari for this next set. Luco, if I'm not mistaken, I'm trying to go off of when we last saw them play in the last year, but I'm kind of drawing a blank on their character at the moment. That's apologies on my fault, yo.
No, it's okay. It looks like here they are a Sephiroth Kazuya player, if that's changed in the past, Lily winter break. Good on you, bestie. But so far, it looks like the Sephiroth and the Kazi, which is a very interesting lineup, may I do say so myself. Kazi, of course, being literally Kazi and Mishima, Tekken, of course. Very strong character, very much FGC base, and has, different player confirmed. How dare.
Okay. So, yeah, we're switching it up. It looks like we're getting...
We got different characters.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting Luco's Joker versus Peregrine, who is going to be piloting the Incineroar. That's two Incineroars on screen.
They really did change characters the entire like winter break. I can't believe this. It's okay. I haven't been here for so long. It's a-okay. I'll forgive you this one time. But we are going to see Incineroar, so we're going to see Joker. Very interesting matchup indeed. Incineroar making waves recently in the Greater Smash scene, and honestly, kind of in a weird spot as a mid-tier, but can also get away with a lot of really hard-hitting moves, for example, like command grab. Let's talk about it. That command grab revenge mechanic, which is going to be so good against someone like Joker, who does throw out the EHA a couple of times, has the gun as well as a kind of get-off-me tool. So that Incineroar should be getting revenge 9 times out of 10 in this matchup. But then let's talk about Joker and Arsene and how buddy they are. Like,
ooh, man, I don't know if I want to talk about that, man. They're a little too buddy in my opinion. They get together and they just press the back air button 50 different times, and it's just like, oh, okay, yeah, this is fun. So, but no, of course, it's going to be a little bit of a difficulty if we see a little too many revenges from Peregrine, and Luco kind of picks up on that. Same situation on if Luco does the counter a little too many times on Joker's part, and Peregrine picks up on that. But, I mean, one thing that I want to say is Incineroar's top tier, right? Palu mains think Incineroar is pretty much top tier, right? I think we all listen to Palu mains when it comes down to the characters that are the best in the meta, right? Like, I'm right?
you play.
You said what?
They play Palu. I don't want to hear it from Palu mains.
Exactly.
No, regardless. Yeah, Instant totally, top 5. Steve don't know. I actually don't know Steve. We actually don't know Steve. Steve does not exist here.
Yeah.
Joker is still contested. Age is still contested. Game & Watch still contested. Sonic is still contested as top 5, top 10. So it's a matter of, what does Instant bring to the table with a bunch of these hard hitters? That, especially because one of them being Joker, what does Instant bring? Instant just brings you death.
Very true. Instant brings you death and Sky
kills
J.
you.
That's what Instant brings you, death and Sky J. And I mean, I like one of those options, not the death part. But
I think Instant's a cool character. I think he's super cool, and I don't think he's broken only because he's so slow and his recovery is so bad. Like, he has two things that really set him back as a character from being in that Sonic Game & Watch Aegis top tier kind of level. But in the right hands, he's scary to deal with. In the right hands, they know that, I'm slow, so that way I'm just gonna bait you into my attacks. I'm gonna bait you to activate my revenge. I'm just gonna basically outplay you, and that's what Incineroar mains do so well.
Oh, for sure. No, absolutely. I mean, that's just one of the things that comes with heavies in this game, right? They bait you into options. Like, I mean, literally a heavy character standing completely still while they look at you is one of the most intimidating things in this game. Like, you cannot tell me otherwise. I've seen way too many people do the American air dodge while Ganon is just standing right at the ledge. And it's just like, what's going to happen. Are they going to be the deer in the headlights that presses the air dodge button into a Doriab? Or are they going to, what is he going to do? So I think Instant definitely benefits from that. And he also has one of the best up airs in the game. And literally argue with me if you guys want to in chat. But I swear, getting hit by Incineroar up air feels like you're getting hit by Mario up air on steroids. It's just it keeps hitting, and then you get put in the frame trap, and then you're like, oh, he's still going. Okay. Oh, we're still here. Oh, I'm at 90. Oh, I'm dead. Cool. So,
my fault. I'm sorry that I booed up my Switch today. My bad. That's my bad. I'm sorry that I chose. I'm sorry that I have Unleashed Smash. My bad. I'm sorry that I even bought my Switch. My bad.
Right. It's so I think there's a lot that comes with Incineroar that's overlooked sometimes, but I think he's a great character. But I think if obviously not the best, but if he got the smallest digit increase on speed, I think people would want to try to ban Incineroar. I'm not gonna lie. I think Smash players love to ban characters, and they would ban Incineroar if he was still faster. But Joker is also a really fast character, so we could see these games go really, really quickly, or we might be seeing some stall out here.
I'm a big fan of the immediate. I hope we have to be counter, bro. I might be seeing a lot of revenge today if that's anything to go by, but we're already starting right off on regular Battlefield. Tri-Plat is, I think a really good way to start. It helps both of them out with those uppers, talking about with Incineroar. It also helps Joker out with being that little slippery little snake that I feel like Joker does embody so well as a character. It can be a little bit difficult to hit him sometimes as a very small hurtbox. Going in for the side B and trying to roll right through, but it's not gonna be enough. As of course we see Luco have a great opportunity to just take his lead and run with it.
Yeah, no, for sure. And like one of the other things is like when it's just normal Joker, right? Like Incineroar doesn't really care about getting hit. Incineroar can kind of trade, and Joker's in disadvantage. But now it's Joker's advantage for sure. Now that we see the buddy of Arsene coming out, so now Peregrine might have a little bit of a worry here, especially when you're off stage versus something like Arsene. Great job going high, actually.
Yeah, I love that high recovery. That actually allowed Peregrine to stay alive a whole lot longer, and actually the suplex as well helps Luco, get rid of Arsene a little bit. Peregrine has a little bit less to deal with, has a little bit less stress on his back, and hopefully we can get this stock right here, right now. Gonna be sitting it down. There's gonna be Luco taking the advantage off of that missed punish. So therefore, bringing the platform is gonna be waiting for neutral, gonna be waiting for that Incineroar upper to connect, and it finally does. And then in there, also they both trade actually, but it's more in favor of Luco as he sees his opportunity and goes in for that Joker back air.
Yeah, no, that back air was actually really clean. I recognized that Peregrine went high last time and immediately just put the back air out there. So that was a pretty adaptive call out. And wow, that back air actually not going to seal the deal just yet. A little bit of a soft spot there. But yeah, that's definitely going to do it right there. That is a dead Joker. There is no jokes here. Get in the command grab.
Our whiff grab going to be immediately countered by Peregrine. And again, another punish. No, whiff grab. A third one in a row. Why not three? Just do it 4 times. It's okay. Time to recover the stage.
Yeah, the move is also really good. So, oh, the gimp!
Bye.
The low percent gimp with the guns. Great usage of the guns right there from Luco.
And we were talking about how Incineroar's recovery is certainly it's a recovery, in fact. A recovery to new stock is what it does, unfortunately. Peregrine has his work cut out for him. He has one stock to deal with, and Luco has Arsene out, so if we get this as much extra credit as we can possibly into this next stock, that'd be absolutely immaculate and amazing. We do whip the grab. We somehow get the grab off of the jump down from Luco. That's really funny to think about. Just kind of just fall into it. It happens. Still Luco's game, however.
Yeah, no, Luco's doing a good job of just kind of building up this damage here, chipping at Peregrine every now and again. One of the better dash attacks in the game. Gonna go ahead and keep Peregrine here in disadvantage. But I think Peregrine is really looking for a grab back throw or even an up smash out of shield. Because right then and there, the up B out of shield is actually not gonna do it. Luco doing a great job of not falling for that low one whip again. But very scary situation.
How about, you didn't fall for the revenge that time, but definitely did the second time on a much more impactful move. And the up B, albeit bad off stage, is extremely good on stage when you have revenge active. This is Peregrine's game to win if we keep this advantage thing up, but no, we get tethered, then we get up smash, then we just get the game in favor of Luco.
Yep. I mean, that's just that's kind of the stuff we were talking about, right? If either one of these two ends up, spamming their down B version way too many times, one of them's going to get a lock on and find the kill here. And right then and there, Luco was the one who put Peregrine in disadvantage. I'm going to just go ahead and wait for you to counter one more time, and I'm going to go ahead and seal this stock. So great job right there from Luco, adding some points onto the board for William and Mary.
Yeah, and that revenge it was a well-timed revenge. I'm sorry. It was a well-timed revenge. It was a good revenge to do in that moment because you just got tethered, you just got bounced on the platform, you're up in the air again, you don't know what's going to happen. And probably was expecting the up air from Joker, but instead, Luco just waited that out a little bit longer, patiently on the platform, and then punished with the up smash. That was such good awareness and also just really good steps ahead of the other opponent, where it's a matter of, I know you think you know what I'm going to do, but you actually don't know what I'm about to do to you.
Yeah.
Really, really fun stuff. Just showcasing the thought process behind a lot of what people do behind these characters, behind these screens, and I don't know what this was. we were definitely going somewhere.
Yeah, it was the Joker guns that was it just shot. So Peregrine used their double jump, and the Joker guns took them a little bit too far away from the stage. They could have preemptively up B, but unfortunately the stock is gone. But that stock doesn't matter as we are not getting into game 2 here. Luco favored. Point on the board for William and Mary, of course, trying to win some more points and close out the set in favor of William and Mary here.
I will say we are on Smashville, which means, I got some inside knowledge. We did ban FD, Town, and Yoshi's, and honestly, I see why we banned those stages, and I also see why we went to Smashville as well. That's a very quick first stock in favor of Peregrine, and I can only see us go even further in Peregrine's favor, where we go to our the single platform that does so well for characters like Incineroar. And Luco just reminded me, we also have a revenge. It's called Rebel's Guard. We have our Sen already.
Yeah. I mean, but even every single time that Luco's gotten Arsene right now, Arsene's already, Luco's down 2 stocks to 3 and is already at 97% after Peregrine has called out multiple of these attempts at getting Arsene. And unfortunately, another miss out there, but this is probably going to be death here. Yep, that is death.
Oh my God.
3 stocks to 1 for Peregrine. A huge call out here. Amazing job coming out from Peregrine right here to answer for this game too.
This is a statement and a half, Juice. Oh my goodness. I'm already seeing, we were seeing Peregrine in that 3-1 situation. Luco has his work cut out for him. We have a mountain to climb and a half. And I don't even think Arsene can really help too much here. Maybe this first stop missing the Mega, but unfortunately, it's once again a matter of we're missing very pivotal moments in our gameplay with Arsene. We missed a forward smash right before. We're going for the gun, and it's not working. And we definitely don't die there, because could you imagine if he died at 50? Nah.
I can't imagine that world, because that world has happened way too many times in the top level, and Instance up B is kind of crazy sometimes if you get hit by the second hit. But Luco now struggling to get down from the ground. Great back air. Incineroar not dead just yet. Back air. This could be it. We could be seeing a 3-stock answer here.
Oh, we actually make it back to... Oh. Gonna be kind of a scrap right now. We're on the platform. We're trying to get rid of Peregrine's stock, and we finally do. Yes, Luco finally has a little bit of life on the board right now, but 85%. And with the way that Incineroar does play, it could go so sour so quickly. But before we do all that, we're getting my words right back in my mouth. We're getting a combo start. We got 50 on the board pretty much, and Luco with Arsene out with the rage. Got down there into the up smash. Exactly, do it just how you do it, just like that. Do it again. Oh, down smash a little bit too celebratory there. Let's try again.
Yeah. A little bit too many down smashes, but it's okay. So great DI right there from Peregrine. This is still doable because of ours.
Oh, the other side.
Other side, yeah. Okay, great guns right there, but literally one grab and it's over here for Luco, so they have to be very, very careful not to get called out by a command grab. Almost there.
You can tell that you can tell that Peregrine is really looking for that grab as well, just going for those empty hops, going for the up air. I see. The up air. I was thinking of suplex, I was thinking up B. No, that up air we were talking about, not even me, you were talking about, really came and shined just then.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a crazy up B because, you can just, it covers so far above and it's, you can react with it pretty well. That barely nicked Joker's, heal. That nicked Joker's heal and killed him, at 110% or so. So I just think it's a very great move. And can we talk about how this first stock ended, immediately? Just the missed, sweet spot of down air, forcing Luco into a tech and just missing it completely is kind of crazy.
It's not that crazy. I also would have missed it, personally. I would have been like, I had to tech that?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
At 20%?
Yeah. I don't even think it was at 20. I think it was at, 0 or something. I forget. But
that's even worse. I'd be like, wait a minute, I gotta take out 0%. I gotta, give me a little bit of time, a couple of seconds to be ready to take. It is what it is. We do have a game 3 though, which is quite nice.
Yeah, this is just great drift on Luco's part right there, knowing that the side B has to come out eventually, and Joker can kind of drift out there with back air quite a lot of times because he just has that privilege, So, and then here just gonna go ahead and seal it out with that up air. Throws out a couple down tilts just for safe measures to show hey, I'm gonna throw out some down tilts so you can't, neutral get up, and then it's just like, oh well, yeah, maybe I should probably jump. Like, nah, that's just a bait. I'm gonna cover your jump. It's okay. So great round right there from Peregrine, actually, like, and an explosive response to that game 1, and now it's about even Stevens here. We're 1-1, and whoever's gonna get this next game is gonna put their school into a very good situation for the latter half of the rest of this match.
I mean, we're already seeing the scoreboard right below us. It's 8-1 so far in favor of George Washington University. So it's a matter of, William Reyes has to just lock in for the rest of the players. His next game has to be pretty much a 3-0. And then you can really get something started for William and Mary. But right now, it is looking nice and clean and crisp for George Washington University. So it's gonna be a fight here, as we do see some bans. PS2, Battlefield, and Town have been banned, so it looks like our players may be going over to small Battlefield as their last resort option on this last game. For their game 3. May I not say last game? Hold on. We're not there yet. We got like
not there just
one more to go.
We got a while to go, and plenty more Smash action as we get here into this game 3 between Luco and Peregrine, who is going to put some more points on the board for their team here on small Battlefield.
And it could be anyone's game. On small Battlefield, we do not have that top platform, the tri-plat. We only have the duo plat as well. So, it works very well for both players regardless. I think the same plan of action is going to be utilized here, where we have a little bit of space to recover from. We have some more landing options to the platforms, but it can be up to the up air combo games that Joker does exude very beautifully. But so does Incineroar to an extent. That up air we did see from Peregrine was so imperative in that game too. So this, again, could go either way. It really just depends on who locks in, who gets the most amount of stocks at the end of the day, and who wins this game 3.
No, for sure. And it's gonna, like you said, it's gonna come down to those very minute options, like whether or not Luco can actually punish that spinning attack. I'm forgetting the name of it, but that attack is very safe. There's a lot of very safe options that Incineroar can throw out, as he is pretty safe on shield, but Joker also has a lot of mobility, so whether or not Luco can find the punishes here and keep Peregrine off stage, and whether or not Peregrine is going to continue to hit those command inputs are going to be huge. Or command grabs, I mean.
Oh, there we go. We have our Sen out as well. We can definitely do a lot more. Can we see the up air, trying to go for the double up air, and our Sen does leave as fast as he can to say hello. I love that direct guy from the up B coming in from Luco, so that means that we're able to get the poke in and honestly bring Peregrine back off stage and reset the situation, make it a lot more like kind of even, a little bit more neutral. But we're still jumping into these big old Incineroar up airs that's not doing Luco any favors at all, I can imagine.
Yeah, great roll right there. Oh my god! Okay, so Peregrine accidentally drops the command grab right there. Missing it again. Huge, wow, oh my god, so a huge drag down into up smash, and Peregrine just was not ready for that conversion. Is unfortunately going to lose the stock a little bit early. Great attack from disadvantage right there instead of getting hit by the up air. The up air at this percent would have likely killed. This is definitely going to be it though.
Oh, yo, we get the Alolan Whip, and we whip out of there! Oh my goodness! I love how even both players are making this game really feel. The Darkest Lair coming in, just get Luco off of him. I guess get off me to another, throwing Luco back up in the air. Probably for those up airs as well, but the Persona, does have to come out and save Luco a little bit here. Help us get back to more even, and no way.
What?
I had to cut my train of thought there. Okay, ADI, what happened there?
The tips of the feet got back aired, and Peregrine was just not able to cover it. That's crazy. That is a huge... Go ahead.
No, maybe our sense is a little bit of a problem, because there's no way you died. I can't believe it.
Maybe a tiny bit, but man, that is a huge... Bro, what is the DI? What is the DI going into this match? Somebody explain to me why these two are dying so early and easily. Oh my god, Luco had a free ticket to a game win, and the up smash, that DI, is going to put it into an even situation. Actually, you know what? No, Incineroar has revenge. This is a winning situation for Incineroar at the moment.
If we get the grab, and we certainly do, but you're not dead. Oh my god, no, if it was the other way, Luco would have been in a terrible, terrible spot. But now we have no revenge, but our Sen is out. And we did just see our Sen kill at like 75%. And how did kill? How did I kill Juice? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Is our Sen?
Oh my god, dude.
Ooh,
What the hell?
Arsene! You are so inconsistent, my brother. You are so inconsistent.
Oh my God, Arsene, you got nerfed and we can't tell if you're good anymore, but right then and there it made it seem like you're actually OP broken. What an insane set from the, oh my God, the mix-up on Peregrine was good too, like, tried to bait out the double jump, but Luco reads the double jump, and by the nick of Incineroar's toes, give me them toes, boy, your stock is mine. That
Give me
is so
them toes.
crazy. Brother.
Ooh. Give them toes.
Ridiculousness throughout this whole set, man. Like, look, like, there was no chance Incineroar should have died right there. And, oh my gosh, man. This was a crazy set.
There's just no way.
This was the set of all time. The freaking hurt box shifting right there on the Incineroar too to get the Alolan whip. Oh my God! Like I just gotta look at this replay because a lot of what we just witnessed, Mott, was just like here. What's going on? Why do you die that early? You died at 50. You died at 58. 58. Okay, 60 because of the added AHA. But like, oh my God. Okay.
That's crazy. That's crazy. You died at 70.
You died at 70. Like, here's the thing. Like, Peregrine read the first back air and tried to respond with a down air, which would have won the interaction. But Luco was just like, oh, wait, I can throw out like 15 more back airs. And then, so bad DI into bad DI to right here. And then it just ends with the most insane, like, Mott, I'm having a breakdown here. That set was crazy.
It got so intense at the very last second, and honestly, oh my God, Peregrine had that game in the bag for a second there, but then things happen. We get, back-aired by Arsene at 58. We get up smashed, then we don't die to Arsene, but then we go off stage and we get forward-aired by Arsene. It's you take what you give, and we have a little more of an even game here. We are 8-4, which is definitely better than 1-8. So I think it's W for William and Mary, and only can go up from here as we have our next two players locked and ready. Cajun Lady with going against RevVX. Right? How you pronounce it? Yeah, RevVX. I'm gonna say RevVX. That's what some friends call it.
Oh, that's Cajun Lady. Okay, on the document.
The Cajun Lady.
Okay. Oh, I thought so on the document it said Cajun Ladu. So apologies.
Sometimes we have typos. Okay, June.
I just think of the Twitter meme where it's just like a minor spelling mistake. And it just shows
minor spelling mistake. Oh my goodness.
Oh man. Hilarious. But yeah, so I'm not I've heard of RevVX actually, but I don't believe I've seen Cajun Lady play, so I do not know. Okay, so they play Rosa. Gotcha. Right, so we're gonna see Rosa. Rosa is a very ambiguous character, and it's hard to know a specific matchup versus her because she's a matchup check. Like, you have to really know the matchup to play against her, because if you don't, she's gonna steamroll you.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think that's well said for a lot of characters in this game. But I mean, there's not a lot of puppet characters necessarily in this game, so you have to know it from previous knowledge of Smash 4, from the previous game she's been in, and because I never know when I'm getting hit by Rosalina Nair. Like, I don't think anybody knows when they get hit by it until they're up in the air, getting up aired 5 times. They're like, how did I end up in this situation? And then you kind of just have to say, like, screw it, we ball, and then keep the thing going. But so yeah, I'm curious to learn more about Rosa in this setup specifically.
It doesn't matter that no one plays Rosa, respectfully to that character. No one plays her. And so she brings a lot to the table in terms of that matchup that you're talking about earlier, especially when you're not even paying attention to Luma, and Luma hits you with the sickest forward smash in the world, and you're like, where were you? You weren't even in the game. I wasn't even looking at you, and you somehow appeared in forward smashing from 10 feet away. Yeah, you got it. On the other hand, we do have who RevVX plays, and that's Greninja, which is, again, matchup I've never seen in my life. Rosalina and Greninja, yeah, you got it.
That is Yeah, because it's like Greninja starts a lot of his combos with dash attack, and it's one of his safest options besides forward air. So it's like, okay, how does Greninja necessarily dash attack Rosalina? Because like, I mean, even right there, we just saw like an immediate down B like from Cajun Lady, knowing like, all right, you're gonna throw out your little Cherrigan to add a little bit of chip damage, or chip damage, but yeah, because I was gonna say that like I don't think Rosalina can truly punish Greninja dash attack unless it's a call out on shield.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like you're also seeing what Greninja brings to the table, which is that speed and being a fast follower and being so kind of slippery. Rosalina is a little bit slower, as you can see, very floaty. So she does struggle a tiny little bit to catch up to Greninja's speed. And what I think Cajun wants to do here is slow it down to their level a little bit, while RevVX is trying to get it back to speed right up to overwhelm Cajun Lady enough so it's like, you can't do anything, I'm always on top of you at all times. Look, even the nair to up smash, that's already 90% and counting on top of Cajun Lady. Anything that RevVX does from this moment on can mean certain death for Cajun Lady in the right moment.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you were saying, I think slowing it down is going to be Cajun Lady's best option here. Because if you start trying to go in on like fully like just, I'm going to aggro attack this, you know, flying frog and his stupid tongue. And sometimes it just leads to you getting whip punished way too many times. So I think Cajun Lady is going to have a little bit of difficulty finding exactly how to, you know, slow the match down and get RevVX into those bad situations. But right now, it's just looking like a very even game. They're both playing at that mid-range, like, okay, I'm going to bait you into doing this, I'm going to bait you into doing that.
For sure, and we get the down there, but with no connection off it regardless. And as I was saying, you know, we're seeing that RevVX is doing so well, keeping themselves in the lead here, but Cajun Lady just kind of gets the up smash and wins that interaction, wins the first stage of the game, and now I feel like it's a matter of, well, Rosalie doesn't really have to approach anymore. She's in the lead. She doesn't have to really work that much harder than Greninja has to in this moment because we don't have to. We're in the lead.
Yeah, no, exactly. Oh, a little bit of some, maybe a bit of OBI, but
no!
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's a little bit of a bad positioning for Rosalina. I think the jump was taken as well, so just unfortunately able to hit that specific angle on the stage. And now RevVX is going to go ahead and get a little bit of extra damage, but the Cajun Lady's still in the lead here.
Yeah, for sure. And RevVX just has to bring something to the table with that drag down up air. Going to be trying to go for it again, trying to go for back around shoot again. And dash attack you were talking about earlier is coming in to catch Cajun Lady's landing. I just love how approachable and how aggressive that RevVX is being right now against Cajun Lady. Cajun Lady has no choice but to enact with Luma, and Luma is gone. All just Rosalina now by her lonesome.
Yeah, and this is the part where you see, you know, you might see RevVX fully going into like full attack mode. Once you get rid of Luma, that's kind of like a rushdown character. It's just like, oh yeah, this is like feeding candy to the baby, you know?
Luma is back, however, so anything can happen here. I don't see too much desyncing with Luma here, so it's a matter of, you know, we have a bodyguard and we have a little bit of extra damage mitigation in terms of keeping Luma, you know, being a little bit of our extra shield on top of our actual shield. Luma is still in for the count, though, almost down, however, to be really careful of not losing that pivotal character. And as I say that pivotal up smash once more, taking RevVX out for a flight into the blast zone.
Yeah, that move is probably going to be one of the few killing moves that Rosalina has on Greninja. I mean, of course, you have the up air and down air, but you have to be very, very immaculate with spacing that off stage. And the up smash is kind of just like, you can kind of catch the frog going in on you and call it out pretty heavily, so. Okay,
so I like the I want to say I like the idea from Cajun Lady to desync Luma right there and push RevVX back into that ledge, but I think Cajun Lady was a little bit too late on the pickup. So it could have spelled certain death for them, but thankfully they came at the stage, have Luma once more, and RevVX is trying their best to weave around everything, get that backer, get Luma and Rosalina off stage. Not going to be quite enough as Luma does fall once more. Gets Rosalina back on stage once more, and it's going to be RevVX taking control of that center stage, taking control of that ledge as well. And yeah, we're still doing a really good job as ledge guard, and it's going to be another reversal positioning in favor of Cajun Lady right now.
Yeah, and it looks like Cajun Lady is actually even doing an even better job of just watching as RevVX tries to target the Luma. And every single time RevVX wants to fight the Luma, like Cajun Lady's there to almost throw out like a small chip damage attack or even secure the skill. But right then and there, a little bit of a hurt box extension coming in from Cajun Lady, and RevVX is going to take the stock with the forward air. No
I like the idea of the forward smash, but we do get the down throw instead. All right, we've been keeping RiffyX off stage even longer and just conditioning certain approaches from the ledge just aren't viable. We do go for the jump in, but guess what? That also wasn't an option either. We're gonna run right to the middle of the stage and get that beautiful up smash for the third time in a row.
Yeah, and right then and there, I want to pinpoint like when Luma's at the ledge and you see kind of Rosalina dashing away from the ledge. It's kind of like a two-set factor, right? Like you can just kind of wait in between them. Or you can even get up attack Luma, get Luma off of you, but right then and there, that's just the momentum and the advantage state of Cajun Lady, like really kind of conditioning RevyX, because RevyX wanted to land an attack and roll and get to center stage as quickly as possible, and right then and there, it just didn't work out. So great showing out from Cajun Lady right here. And I want to pinpoint also, Luma was in the exact perfect range to punish that. Rosalina was not. So Luma is a crucial crucial character in this entire match here.
You want no disjoints? Look at Luma. That is a disjoint and a half. That's a whole different being.
It's literally a being.
Literally just help it. Oh, you can't reach it? I got you, girl. And then it's just a boom, up smash, boom, dead, boom, jab. Beautiful stuff. In terms of bans, we do have FD, Kalos, and Small Battlefield banned. So they're probably going to be running it straight back to PS2, which honestly I agree with. Doesn't do either character that terrible, and no one's in a clear advantage here. I think Greninja and Rosalina both utilize the large stage and the platforms from PS2 in their favor very, very well. It's just a matter of who can get to that advantage state first, Rosalina or Greninja.
Right, and usually, like we saw in the last game, it started out with Greninja, but then Cajun Lady just kind of showed, like, they have a lot of experience in the matchup. They showed that they know how to kind of call out when somebody wants to use this fast character to zone in. Wow, that was actually a really good chase right there. Oh, I saw
that vision.
Yeah, I saw the makings of a legend, but Cajun Lady responding right back.
The makings of a legend is so good. Oh my goodness, but like we said, we saw the vision, but it's gonna be up to RevyX to bring it right back to get to that point once more. So again, even game here, Luma gonna be doing all the work here to kind of stuff out RevyX's approach, and as you can see, it's working very well now. This forcing RevyX to focus more on these projectiles and to kind of fight back against Luma rather than fighting against Rosalina. And we go right past the Luma and start to fight back against its owner, Rosalina. I love that Cajun Lady is, trying to make some space here where Greninja cannot really approach, but the instant Luma is a little bit far away from her, I like that RevyX just goes straight in for the attack.
Yeah, and I was actually going to mention, I like how RevyX is also just kind of resetting neutral. Like, you do not want to overextend versus Rosalina, especially versus Cajun Lady right now, because every single time RevyX overextended in the last game, it was just over for them. The Rosalina up smash came into play there. But right now, it's just kind of like, all right, rinse and repeat. I'm going to attack Luma while you're off stage, and then I'm going to go ahead and just add this extra damage until the kill eventually lands. Might not be right now, but it could be very, very soon. Is unable to land that back air, and that's just the one thing you want to do. You want to secure that stock when you get the chance, and that back air was almost guaranteed, but unfortunately, Cajun Lady going to go ahead and move forward, getting a bit extra damage, 31% on this next stock here.
And this is a good amount of extra credit to have as Cajun Lady, because you are at that 136%. I can definitely see a down tilt or a drive down air into the up smash coming in clutch for Greninja. But I mean, as I say that, Cajun Lady is unrelenting in keeping this pressure and this percentage going even higher and higher and higher. I love that we are just maintaining that range, maintaining that, hey, keep away culture away from RevyX, who is struggling to even make it. The parry coming in and the dash attack to boot. Such a good display of how to play Rosalina into this matchup.
Yeah, no, and literally it's all that chip damage, and now, like we talked about in the first game, is can Rosalina slow it down? We're seeing the Luma slow it down perfectly, and now it's been like 98% differential here, where RevyX almost had the kill, and now it's about to be Cajun Lady with taking the next stock. Just like that. Not even a Dragon Ball. Well, basically a Dragon Ball trade, but it is Cajun Lady who is again in the advantage here. The soft spot of the back here, not going to do it. And now it looks like... Go ahead.
I'm about to say, like, no way they really could have just like that, and Cajun Lady comes out on top in that scuffle. RevyX again down 2 stocks to 1, and it's a matter of really making a humongous comeback, an I'm a legend moment, if you will, to get this into another game, but unfortunately, it's gonna be looking like Cajun Lady is really in their element. As we see, you know, that slowed down game plan I was talking about earlier is really putting in the work. You're not gonna be approaching me. You're not gonna be getting your advantage state as Greninja, and I'm not gonna let you play with this pace of this game. We're gonna play at my pace or no pace.
Yeah, no, literally, it is Cajun Lady's place and no other. Cajun Lady's pace and no other place. That is what I meant to say. But right now, again, more damage getting stacked on, reading the air dodge, not able to get it in the right area. But it's just, I don't know if ReviX has a response right now. They're looking just a tad bit lost. Almost gets the down smash, but the parries, the missed techs, everything is going in favor right now. It does look like we are going to be getting another George Washington University win here, unless ReviX turns out to put on the gas pedal here and figure something out.
Yeah, for sure. Trying to go on that Luma for a second, and look at the spacing here. Look at how much space occasionally is demanding respect of, and Rivier is trying so hard to interrupt that space to really get in there, but once more, occasionally just demands that respect of all that space. And wow, Luma was going out there into space, and we're gonna do it again. Could have been a little bit more, and wow, that would have been nasty if the Luma downer connected.
The Luma downer of all things taking the... Oh my god, okay, Cajun was definitely fishing for it, but right then and there, like, alright, they're not falling for it. Let me just go ahead and bait into a roll onto ledge and seal this game here for another dub for George Washington University with that Rosalina patented up smash.
Yeah, for sure. And you said it so beautifully. Yes, we baited it. We baited that rolling from ledge because the previous down air maybe didn't work. And Luca was like, okay, well, if I just don't neutral get up, then Luma still can't get me even if we don't get on, even if we're not on the ledge anymore. Well, Rosalina is still there, bucko! And we know that Cajun Lady is going for those really strong hitting up airs just to, smashes to finish out those stocks so quickly. So I just... really good stuff from Cajun Lady coming in from game one where it was very much in Rivier's favor. It was very like fast paced and all that jazz. Cajun Lady just said, no, we're gonna slow it down, like really slow it down, just so you understand what's going on here. And unfortunately, Rivier just couldn't bring it back up to Greninja's favorable speed.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was, I think that's 5 additional points added on, if I'm not mistaken, right after or wait, no, is that a... Yeah, because it's 2 for the stocks and then an additional 3 for the win, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I believe so. We will see.
Yes, we will see.
Definitely
production will help us out, but Cajun Lady ultimately just doing a great job. There was literally no fail throughs at all, from Cajun Lady's play. Even in those like kind of sketchy situations of getting rushed down by Greninja, there was no thought process fading. There was no like, oh, I'm scared. There was no, oh my god, I don't know what to do. It was literally just cool, calm, collected. No one to up smash, no one to take the stock, and no one to get rid of this dumb frog that keeps trying to dash attack, right? So, not saying ReviX is dumb. I'm just saying Greninja's kind of dumb sometimes. But yeah, that's promise. Okay, I'm not being mean. But yeah, Cajun Lady, great job. A little bit
dumb as a tree. Yeah, we can say that a little bit.
Just a tad bit. Just a tad.
We will be seeing up next Justin Byleth and 2B up on deck. And Justin Byleth, I know very well.
You know both of them.
I know Justin Byleth very well. Very good friend of mine. But also 2B gonna be coming in as well. And looks like we're gonna be going over PS2 once more as a starter, which who doesn't at this point? It is PS2.
Yep.
It's a good stage. I'll admit it. And then of course, Justin Byleth. Can we take a wild guess what he plays? Take a wild guess.
Bowser.
Oh my. I didn't think you were gonna play me like that. Yes, Bowser. No. We're gonna be saying the Byleth, the patented Byleth, and then 2B is gonna be playing the Palu. I don't know if I would say Palu. The Palutena.
Not Palutena. Palutena is a mid-tier. Let a Palu main tell you, and Palu is mid-tier, according to Palu mains. But, I mean, that's going to be what? So we get a top-tier character versus... Byleth is one of those, like, questionable characters, because, of course, it had to be MK Leo who played Byleth, and everybody's like, oh, Byleth is S-tier. But now we're in the situation of, like, all right, well, now that Leo is off the Byleth, where is Byleth in terms of the meta now? And, of course, we got, Justin Byleth, one of the reps of Byleth, one of the better reps. So it's in a weird place, but I think Violet has all the tools to deal with Palutena and more. So it's a very strong character. They're a very strong character.
Oh, Violet in general is a very, very strong character, especially in the hands of Justin Violet, who has very much gone through the depths of the the Hercules 10 like challenges or whatever. Definitely has gone through to get some results with this character, who can be so finicky a little bit with the consistentness, and especially in comparison with the consistentness of Palutena. Oh my goodness, it can be a little bit night and day. But as I say that, it is going to be Justin Violet who is in the percent lead, especially because it's a battle of like the really good nairs, Violet changing weapons, Palutena having a counter and having multiple projectiles. You know, it could go either way, but right now Justin Violet showcasing very well how to play Violet.
No, for sure. And that's one of the bigger things too, is like you mentioned the nairs, and both of these nairs are ridiculously good. I mean, to the point where like it's their main neutral option when you're approaching, right? Like, hey, if you drop your shield for a single second, I get an extra 34%. So, or in that case, you sometimes fall out of it because, of course, multi-hits are a little bit weird and inconsistent in this game. But Justin Violet is going to go ahead and get that up air to go ahead and seal out that first stock. Now, 2B looking for a way to respond.
Really good. Whoa! This is a really good call-in on the jump-in from 2B from Justin Violet by going for that down tilt and then the up air. Very good awareness from him overall. And again, 2B is just struggling a tiny bit to get anything started. We do get the dash attack, but we don't get any follow-up. Instead, it's going to be Justin Violet getting the jab lock off of the nair and missing the tether grab, but it's A-okay because we are leaving Palu back off stage, forcing a low recovery option. And you see Justin Violet really playing pressure with the nair on lead, but thankfully the iframes do help out 2B a tiny bit there.
Yeah, the iframes coming in clutch right there, but I keep wanting to see the huge shield break. Yeah, you can't hold shield too long against Violet, otherwise they're gonna realize that and go ahead and get that down smash. But I was gonna say I'm looking for kind of like that. I'm looking for a little bit more edge guarding potential coming out from 2B. 2B hasn't really sealed out the deal on those just yet, but Justin Violet's been kind of winning neutral so many times that offstage hasn't really mattered necessarily. But I think if you want to win against Violet with Palutena, you have to kind of win those offstage scenarios and rinse and repeat until you get those kills offstage.
And what's unfortunate is that I see 2B attempting to be the aggressor, try to approach, because at this point you really have to, being 2 stocks down. But the scary part about Violet is that you have all this 360 space being covered by Fail Not, by being covered by the forwarder, being covered by the nair, being covered by that big ol' forward smash. Like, all these weapons, as you can see here in the final screen, are covering all that space that Palu wants to get in on. And unfortunately 2B just really couldn't, especially with how Justin Violet was maneuvering that space and then using that as his advantage.
Yeah, and here's the other thing is like that's a definite like tried and true patented Violet combo is knowing that nair off stage into the fast fall forward air is going to seal the deal over the dash attack at least. But look at the spacing as well. Just the turnaround down tilt into the up air confirm coming out from Justin Violet. Like knowing, yeah, I know you probably want to attack me, but watch this. I can kind of like run, pivot. Oh wait, hold on. Am I watching the wrong clip? I think I'm watching the wrong clip.
No, this is the down tilt.
It is the down. It wasn't a run back down tilt, but it was. I'm gonna play right above the platform, right below the platform, and call out your approach with nair. Like that's just one of the best things to do as a. That's one thing top players do so well is they know like, okay, you're approaching me with nair. I can back up, down tilt, and confirm my combo into a kill here. But that's a lot of shield, man. That does that much shield.
Why are you in front of it? That's literally all that's telling you is, hey, why are you in front of this really big hard-hitting move that has a lot of end lag?
Sure.
Or startup lag. And unfortunately, 2B was just kind of in front of that. And, we couldn't do anything about that, unfortunately. And it really is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't, Things just kind of happen around here.
They do sometimes happen, man. Especially out of some of these sets we've seen in the past. Like, sometimes things just happen, and you're kind of just like, hey, roll with the punches, baby. Just gotta roll with the punches, hey, and just roll with it. So, Justin Violet gonna get a nice 3 stock there. So that is an additional 3 points stacked on top to George Washington University. Of course, if William and Mary wants to make any sort of case for a win happen here, I think they need to clutch out a win here. Otherwise, I think it's a 17-point border. So let me see. I think literally William and Mary needs to close it out here, if I'm not mistaken.
You need to pretty much play perfect into this next game and
Yep.
the third game, inevitably, and then your next player has to pretty much get like a 6-0 perfectly. And that's a whole lot of pressure and a whole lot easier said than done. I mean, sorry. Yes, easier said than done. That's the right phrase. Sorry, I forgot English for a second. Sorry, my Hispanic brain was like, what is that phrase? Okay? So we're going to be switching it right over to Town and City, and again, Justin Bryler is playing the confidence, knowing that he kind of can push Paolu to these platforms and just really kind of bully her a little bit with the repositioning of these platforms, being able to redo his jumps. Now finally, to be getting those double nairs, not going to be able to cut the forward there, however, and also whiffing the grab, allowing Justin Bryler to get that nair started almost pretty much upon the shield drop.
Yeah, no, and right now there was a little bit of some breakthrough leeway here for 2B. Okay, great grab. I like the delay, but there was no capitalization on there. I was expecting maybe a raw back air to kind of push Justin off stage. But, okay, another approaching nair. Good job using the auto reticle as well. I know that beats out most nairs because of multi-hit. Like, worst case, I think you... Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it also just kind of beats out like any kind of approach and it makes some space that I think Tubi does desperately need against Justin Byleth, but at the same time, it's like Justin Byleth can also maintain that space again with the assortment of tools that Byleth has at his disposal.
There's a whole lot of weapons that this character has, and we're about to see who the dominant green-haired anime character is right now. And it looks to be like it's Justin Byleth here in this. Well, it looks to be Byleth here in this altercation.
For sure. I'm personally a bigger fan of Byleth with the mint green hair, but you know, that's my personal bias playing that game. In the end, gonna be getting another telegraph, and oh my goodness, into the backer connection is so beautifully well done. And again, like I'm saying, these platforms are only helping Justin a lot more than is 2B.
Yeah, and I think we'll get an instant replay of that later on, but I want to kind of talk about that stock because I think there might have been some thought process going into that immediate back air instead of a prolonged one. But here, of course, 2B trying to just get a stock at least. Right now, it's just like Justin's playing such a good job keeping away, not allowing any extra damage to be chipped on, and then that fair just kind of wall 2B out. Huge combo. Oh my gosh. I thought that was going to be dead.
High ceilings did save 2B there. If it was literally any other stage, Smashville, Hollow Bastion, Small Battlefield, PS2 would have absolutely been perished. But the high ceilings CNC did help 2B live a little bit longer. But as I say that, the Comteer's curse comes to bite me in the butt once again. This was not a lease on life. This was Justin Bryant getting another 3-0 on 2B's Paolu. Very convincingly.
That was wild. I mean, that was death at 74% before the hit. Like, was I right? Did I get it at 74? Yep. Right in the head, man. Pow! Right in the kisser. Pow! Right in the kisser. That's literally a dead Palutena at 84. After hit, of course. But, yeah, what a dominant display from Justin Byleth here. Like, literally that fair was just perfectly spaced each and every time. And there was nothing that 2B could do about it. Like, again, right in the power, right in the kisser. Literally. Over and over and over again. But I think this second stock here was a little bit of a mix-up because it looked like right here, it was an immediate back air instead of like a lingering, like thought-out back air. Because usually you want to wait like maybe a tenth of a second until they get right into that like tipper range, but right here it was immediate, and I don't think 2B was expecting the immediate back air and was caught DIing out to avoid the tipper. So I think that's why we might have seen death so early for 2B there in this situation.
I think also it's a matter of, you know, look how close you are to that blast zone just from that platform extension as well. So I think Justin Bryant also thought, well, I don't need to wait that long because guess what? they are so close to Blast Zone that if I do this back air right here, right now, they're not going to avoid it. They're going to, if they avoid, they reset the ledge, and guess what? I can just down air them from the ledge, come right in the air. So, unfortunately, it's a matter of you are kind of stuck in a rock and a hard place as 2B. And this does, you know, spell pretty much the guaranteed victory for George Washington University. But we're going to be playing out the next set because if I was player 5 and I didn't get to play all night and I waited like an hour, I'd be kind of peeved. So I'm glad we're going to be playing off into the next game. We're going to be having Calamari coming in on the Captain Falcon. Very interesting. As well as Speed Space going to be the opponent, which is going to be very, very fun to see. We are going to be having... I mean, again, it's a one deal for George Washington University, GG's, right? But we go next. We go next. Next week is a new week, but it's gonna be very exciting to see the last people on this roster actually play today.
I think it'll be a very interesting matchup here. I think, like you said, Calamari is piloting the Falcon, the captain of the show, and then Speed Space has played PT in the past. So I think that's just literally a highly explosive matchup, and I, as a Falcon connoisseur, am a thorough Falcon enjoyer. So I'm going to be not biased. I'm just going to be enjoying the match. That's all it's going to be. But that matchup is very vanilla ultimate. I feel like, you know, it's literally rushdown character 101 versus, you know, I guess PT is like a newer concept in terms of this game, but it's still, you know, you got to deal with the Zoner and Ivy, you got to deal with the Boxer and Squirtle, and then you got to deal with the thing that is Charizard. That is a heavy that is somehow one of the best heavies in the game, but it isn't classified as his own thing. But yeah, very fun matchup ahead of us, Lex.
Pretty much. I mean, when it comes to PT as a character, I've been seeing, you know, PT forever and ever and ever, and I also see a lot of PTs kind of falter on, and it also could be a good thing, but only if you're like exceptionally good on that one character. Is a lot of time they do kind of falter to maining Ivysaur, right? And you never really see a Squirtle connoisseur or a Charizard connoisseur, and it's like 1 in 1,000. And it's also very rare for PT to be equal in all three. You know, most of them know their Squirtle low combo percentage, their low percentage combos as Squirtle. They know that Ivysaur is really good midway, really good range, and then they usually typically use Charizard for extra survivability and extra power on those high percentages. But there's, you know, a lot of them do have that one little itty bitty problem of only playing one of those characters in a match, and you will sometimes see them just not go Squirtle for low combos, and it's like, buddy, that's a free 40%.
Right. It's literally a free, safe little Squirtle that just runs around and hits your shield, and you can't do anything. Like, why not play that character? You know. But I think it's gonna. I mean, that's basically what you got to do versus Falcon. Like, if you think about it as just a genuine matchup, right? Like, Falcon's fastest option is like either shield drop jab, which is like, oh, okay, that's only in front of me, or up B, which is frame 14. So you can do a lot to Falcon on his shield, and he cannot do anything about it, and he has to respect you. So whether or not Speed Space is able to recognize that, or whether or not we see something new in terms of the meta here for Calamari is going to be new, because I definitely think they might have something that they can show me that maybe I need to use in my own play. But already off to a hot start. Squirtle jab lock, but and unfortunately jab 3, but it doesn't matter because you can do 63% on Falcon and, you know, get away with it.
And like I'm saying, that's what Squirtle brings to the table. You get a free 40 to 60% off of most of your combos. And I'm glad that Speed Space is showcasing that right now. Now, at the same time, Squirtle is very light. And so I was fully expecting they switch to Ivysaur relatively soon because that high percentage on Falcon, and also how light Squirtle can be and how fast he can die. So I love the Ivysaur switch here, and then the up to catch the down of the recovery. Sorry, not even the recovery, just jumping right back down. Great start for Speed Space here as a statement in William and Mary to get some even more points on the board regardless of who won and who lost, right? I love the dedication.
Yeah, no, the dedication is huge, and of course, we're definitely seeing Speed Space doing what they got to do to take this set and get at least some points on the board for good measure. Regardless of what the score is, Speed Space is definitely like, I'm going to use this opportunity to learn the Falcon matchup as best as I can.
Sure, and Falcon's also, well, that just knocked right out of the possible command grab coming in from Calamari. And Speed Space is still, again, doing very well holding on to all 3 of his stocks right now. And Calamari is just struggling a tiny bit here, especially with the down air on ledge. Going to be trapping Calamari into the blast zone. I love to see it. Now, Speed Space still has 3 stocks. So you see the up smash startup from Calamari. It's not going to be enough, but the up B command grab is going to be taking it 2-1 right now.
2-1 with the up B command grab, but yeah, you can literally just spot dodge it if you have enough frames. Like, Falcon's up B is not the fastest thing in the world, but I like the frame advantage here coming out from Calamari. Big issue here, but great mix-up on the up B. Going for the back air. Has to be able to avoid that Charizard back air tipper. That Charizard back air tipper will kill the heaviest of smashies in literally like 50%, so. Okay,
yeah,
good advantage here.
And I like the Charizard pick as well because, again, you know, it's a last spot for Calamari. You want the hard hitter. This is even more for survivability than more it is for, you know, the power. But I think the Squirtle pick here, just to get some extra combo percentage on the board, is very smart. Oh my god, we barely avoid that Falcon kick, and we get the IG Star once again. You see the approach for the down air. You see the uppy attempting to just kind of nick Calamari in the forehead, but it's not going to be enough as the pressure only continues on with down there. But up smash not going to be connecting seamlessly. But Calamari definitely bringing a fight for his life right now.
Yeah, and it looks like Speedfix is also just kind of, oh wow, great placing of the up smash right there. But hey, Falcon is a character with many crazy abilities and can throw out a lot of crazy options. So this is still possible here.
Definitely so. Calamari 132%. At least Rage you can really play with if you're very, very cautious of what Charizard can do here. Which, you know, Charizard a little bit slower. They're gonna be going for maybe like a back into Flare Blitz. They're going for that up smash. They're going for a lot of hard reads. Even the grab on the platform will kill at this percentage for sure. So it's up to Calamari to play as smooth, as calm, and as collected as possible. I think that's working out very well with all of these throws back off stage.
Yep. Oh, this is scary. I was literally about to say knee and Nair 1 into knee. Oh!
No way. No way. We clutched those. We clutched those.
The sour spot of honestly, you know, I'm just gonna say that sour spot of down air might as well be a sweet spot because it just kills you regardless, as we just saw. It forces you into weird tech situations. It'll kill you at 60. I mean, like, nobody's expecting to tech that. Like, because, like, I think that was, yeah, that was the back of Falcon. The back, literally, that was Falcon's butt cheeks, like, landing on Charizard. That's what killed Charizard right there. All right, that's a little crazy. But, you know, to each his own. But Speed Space going to go down in the game here. Calamari now up a whole game and definitely gives George Washington another case for taking another set here.
Yeah, exactly, and it looks so good in Speed Space's favor, but Calamari just kind of really locked in on the edge guard there, and that's what secured him the game. You know, we did get edge guard a couple of times as Calamari against Speed Space, you know, got the down air on the recovery, boom, bam, bop on the replay, as you can see, instant replay, and Calamari was like, well, I may be a 3-stock deficit, but I can win this for my team. I can win this for my team on a, basically coming off of 1 stock, right? So really great stuff from Calamari, showcasing how well of a player they really are. And then wow, on the shield, boom, and you die. There you go, Ivysaur. Get out of here. Bye.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, if you looked at, like, all you have to do in Falcon, like when you're on ledge as Falcon, literally spot dodge, roll, something, because the Falcon, like, especially at this level, they're gonna want to go ahead and get that up beast kill. But I mean, still, regardless, an amazing play coming out from Calamari, coming back from a 3-stock to 1 deficit and just sealing the stock right there with a sour spot down air. I mean, yeah, it wasn't even the Charizard. It wasn't even the Charizard super armor because you only get the super armor in the first, like, I want to say it's like 5 to 10 frames of the up B, but right then and there it was probably like frame 14 or something like that. But I'm not gonna get into frames. I'm just gonna say Charizard lost to Falcon butt cheeks. That's all I'm gonna say.
Charizard lost to Falcon butt cheeks. Y'all heard it here today and tonight. And honestly, you kind of spitted. He did kind of lose to the iron cheeks. I can't lie. I cannot lie. You know Patrick Star, the iron cheeks?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man. We're going straight into small battlefield. Let's go. We're going right into it with a Squirtle. small battlefield. You have a lot more, not a lot more, you have a whole lot less space to deal with, to play around in. And it should be really good for both creators here, especially with Squirtle, who is that combo starter of the three Pokemon in the PT trio.
And I mean, I think that was the one that we saw a lot of the original, I guess, like, build-up of momentum on Calamari, and then of course we saw Ivysaur close out some of those down air stocks, but Squirtle did do a lot of the damage and a lot of the situational. Oh, that was a crazy interaction there. The back air into the up B. Good job on Calamari actually knowing to just not DI in on that back air. Okay, really bad offstage situation.
Yeah, for sure, the Nair coming in from Ivysaur going to be kind of interrupting the recovery of the free-falling from Calamari, but I love, even though he switched to the Charizard for that extra little bit of weight and power, the up B did kind of stall that out a little bit, the flare risk as well, but we're going all up B off stage, and we go for the drop down back here from the platform. Very clean, nice Charizard stuff. You're at 132% though, and I can definitely see Calamari really wanting some kills here with the Falcon kicking immediately from the Angel platform.
Yeah, it really looked like oh, wow. Okay, so Calamari jumped right into that.
And just survived to live the tail. That's crazy. Yeah. Another one.
Another one. DJ.
Another one.
So do it again. Do it again. All right, third time. Oh my God, what is going on? Yeah.
There we go.
I was like, okay, you should at least take the stock if there's a huge forward smash coming out here. Okay, another down smash.
But we're definitely going for options here, Juice, I think, you know? This is definitely Smash Brothers Ultimate.
These are definitely options here. These are options in the game.
You can press the buttons and they'll happen.
Right?
Okay, in all seriousness, nice up there for Speed Space. Calamari, again, last stop, but we did see him come back from actually worse than this, so
yeah, we saw
I can see it.
From a 3-1 stock deficit, and right now it looks like Speed Space locked in. We're seeing a lot of the oh, I like the mix up there. We're seeing a lot more Pokemon switches as well here. It's not all just you know, fishing for one move like you mentioned before. And it looks like Speed Space now understands, like, all right, I know where I messed up here.
Okay. Rage Leaf trying to go for the up tilt, gonna get immediately punched with the back throw. Maybe another down air coming in, and we're gonna get interrupted by the Rage Leaf once more. Really smart stuff again from Speed Space to continue this lead and not get edge guard enemy fall right into the upper. That's actually insane. We jumped into it, actually. I don't know what we were cooking.
Whoa. I can jump into it with an up B, but the movement mix-up was kind of cracked out. I'm not gonna lie. That was some movement right there from Speed Space. Like I know it's not a lot of craziness, but like from the down B momentum shift into the up B plat drop up air, like that just sounds cool. Like if you told somebody in grade school, like, hey, I did this, and that, and I got a kill, like they'd be like, oh man, that's cool. That's really cool. But yeah, look at that. Crazy hit. That hitbox is so crazy, dude. That hitbox
so
is
good.
ridiculous.
It's so good. Up air and down air are such good moves. They're so big, and they just kill you.
Yeah, they really do. But I like the movement here was also really clean too. Like right then and there, Speed Space baited out the Nair to force the get up off of Calamari, and then immediately lands on the platform into a plat drop back here. Like that's what I'm saying. The movement was extremely clean coming out from Speed Space. Of course, right there they got a little too overzealous and tried to get the forward smash. But funny enough, Falcon's aerial side B has like not as much lag as people might think. So they go hoping to punish it a little bit harder than they expect, and then Falcons, you know, do their thing because of it. So that's just a Falcon knowledge check. But
I see.
Yeah, plat drop, missed, and then the Razor Leaf up air. The bread and butter. We love bread and butters here.
That was funny. That's just funny. I'm sorry to tell you this. The up B into like the up air. He didn't even have a reason to do the up air. It was almost instantaneously. They both did up air at the same time, or up B and up air at the same time. And then it was just like, oh, you just fell into that. Okay, W for me. That's 2 points on the board. Okay, William Mary.
William and Mary going crazy, but looks like we're just gonna get right into it for this next match. So this is for all the marbles of this set here. We got, for the last game, Calamari with the Falcon versus Speed Space piloting the PT on the tried and true Pokemon Stadium 2, baby. Here we go.
And we're gonna be seeing again the Squirtle coming in and likely getting those low percentage combos, which I think Calamari is slowly catching on to as we see them kind of dodge right out of them as soon as they can or try to stay out of them. But Two-Face is still gonna be on the offensive. The Squirtle getting Calamari up to 76% and counting. Calamari trying to get some sort of stage presence going, but I love the dash in, just like, you know, down so just some extra percentage there. But trying to get the knee immediately switch to avoid that that devastating hitbox.
I think that. Whoa, oh, great DI actually. Okay, so not dead just yet. The Falcon is still alive. Second up air, a little bit stale now. Oh yeah, that up B's definitely gonna do it. 66% here on the stock, 4 speed space. Playing around this Falcon that wants to probably up B or get an up smash. Because most Falcons, when they get in the deficit, they want to start up being and up smashing to build up that damage and then secure the kill as soon as possible. But now the up B is stale, and you are now victim to the up B just never killing you to do it again. See how it's not gonna kill?
It's so still. And even then, that percentage is where he died last time, you know? So you're right, definitely super still. The Flare Blitz catching the Tech Throw out towards a Blast Zone, so it's a matter of Calamari to be super careful once more. Flare Blitz, no dice on the punish, and another one to Boo, but we do get at least an F, and we get another Flare Blitz. Speed space, stop! Yeah, that's enough!
What are we watching, man? What's going on here? We're watching. Okay, I was gonna say if Charizard doesn't die at 220%, I'm gonna lose my mind and switch characters permanently.
This is the average League Smash experience we're talking about.
True.
There's just a bunch of things happening at once. Alright, great token from Speed Space coming up the Alpha Angel platform. 160% on Calamari. Should be doable. Try and get that upbeat, but Calamari being like, oh, I know you're gonna try to do and just air dodging away from that kill move. Also avoiding that down B narrowly, but the forward throw does get picked up, and there is leap to Boo.
Yeah, I was expecting a roll raid right there, but okay. Side B coming in clutch right there for Falcon. Okay. Side B losing out to the back air. This could kind of just take a turn if we see one Nair into, like Nair 1 into something. But okay, the back throw is definitely going to or it could have been back throw, it could have been down throw, it could have been either one, but now it is Calamari down one stock, speed space, using all of this momentum and using all of this movement to go ahead and finish off this match as quickly as possible and get some points on the board.
Yeah, for sure. I love the pressure on Shu with that Ivysaur and Nair, but I think Calamari's just trying to get out of here as soon as possible. Look, he's up there into the up B, speed space. I love the cycling through these moves to make sure they don't get too stale too quickly. However, that up air is gonna be a little bit stale with how many times we've been using it. And oh, that's an up smash. I rarely ever see Ivysaur up smash be used, and for good reason. This is really not too shabby. This is the best. Oh, you're dead. Just throw you away. Goodbye.
Oh, okay, I think that was just a grab at a point where Calamari was not expecting a grab. So that forward throw killed a lot earlier than it probably should have. I think we might even see some DI sparks that were the wrong direction in the replay here. But of course, the up throw going to go ahead and do it right there. Or, oh, forgive me, I think that's down throw. Down throw, I think, doing it at 195. And then we got... Oh, wait, is this down throw? I now need to check this out on my own. Okay. Yeah, that's down throw.
He goes down, yeah.
Yeah, he goes down.
He go down.
Yeah.
It do go down. It do go down.
For real. It do go down for... Wait. What?
Huh?
Wait. I'm confused.
Imagine all those things are a button check.
That would be funny.
Actually, it would not be. It's a troll.
Wait.
Production making us sit through another game. Okay, I see.
I am so confused.
They want best of 5, then fine. That's fine with me. Speed Space has to get absolutely nothing started. What's going on here, Betty? Bestie. Bestie.
What am I? I'm... Alright.
Yeah,
right, so...
we can keep it on. It's good background noise.
Yeah, we're just gonna keep this going.
I think it's Speed Space.
All right, never mind.
I was about to say, I thought Speed Space wanted to like try to get the reverse 3-0, kind of like Kalamari did, but nah. He gave Falcon the win screen just for a last giggle, but instead it is gonna be the end of the night with finishing 22 points in George Washington University's favor against William & Mary, who got 8 points in this series. And honestly, really good stuff to both teams. I feel like it wasn't really even just like that outlandishly like the points are otherwise just how the points are, but it didn't feel like physically watching that it was one person over another, one team over another. I feel like everyone played very, very exceptionally well in this series, so I could only see them going even further as we get back into the swing of things, get back into the season, get back into the weekly grind of EGF on every single Tuesday for Smash Bros. Ultimate, guys. Oh my god, 7 to 10 o'clock. Please be with us. It's so fun.
It is an amazing time here, Mott. I mean, of course, we have the funnest time commentating some of these sets, and we see the improvement across so many different seasons and semesters, of course. So it's always an amazing time here at EFGC, and we love to work here with some of the best production in the world of esports and some of the best corporations. So an amazing set here as George Washington University takes the dub over William & Mary, and like you mentioned, so much improvement on both sides, so much craziness and hyper, like, just improvement overall. And it's kind of sometimes like hard to talk about immediately, but it's like I want to think about all of them, but we don't got all that time in the world. So, but yeah, what a set here, and we hope you definitely enjoyed it here at the EGFC.
But before you go, we do have a very special surprise for you guys, which is going to be, of course, the after series interview. So don't go anywhere. We're going to a really quick break and be right back with our guest of honor.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the EGFC. We're here with George Washington University captain and champion of the Violets all around the world. Welcome, Justin Violet. Justin, how are you feeling, especially after this exhilarating win here in week, I believe, 9?
I'm feeling pretty good, honestly, yeah. I was actually kind of worried because Chris knows this, or Manineva, but my controller broke recently. And I was using a borrowed controller to play today. We have a new freshman. His name's Rami, and he is the only one in the club, only one other than me that uses a GameCube. So he lent me his. And I know it's like a bunch of new kids. They're all using Pro Controller.
That's crazy.
But no, it went well. Team did great. Yeah, good vibes.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it went really well. You looked smooth. I couldn't even tell you had a new controller because movement was clean. And I was talking to Chris or Matanava about the fact that I think you were just playing out of your mind and you were taking stocks at 50%. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but I did buy it in 3 seconds. So, but yeah, crazy plays, man. Great job.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay.
Yeah, no, for sure. And, we are coming off of the winter break. And I know it was a little more of a Sunday break before we got back into EGF. But going back into the season, we're back into the spring semester. It's week 1. We've got, our teams going. How was the winter break for you guys? Did you guys all kind of relax for 1 week? Did you guys just not play? What was the training regimen, I guess you can say, during the past couple of weeks?
Yeah, so our, club Discord is very active. We have an improvement channel. The people here, they want it, man. It's great VODs, a lot of grinders. So it's like constantly helping each other even when we're not. And I'm from New Jersey originally, and Steve Kimonito, the Rosa player, Cajun Lady now, he's from Long Island. So occasionally over winter break, we would see each other at locals, especially because he's willing to drive so far. I wish I was built like him, man. So we would get practice there. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it's good to know that y'all didn't just like slack off. We have a lot of grinders here, and I'm glad that new generation is also like a bunch of grinders and people who like really want it.
Yeah.
But next question I'm gonna ask you specifically going into this this next match. Your match was kind of the could have been the make it or break it, where it was kind of midpoint where William Mary could have taken it back. How did you into your match have the mental? How was your mental going in, knowing if this person's really good, or if they kind of outplay me with the Palu, which you know Palu can be really good against Byleth. How were you going into that? What was your kind of like mantra?
So I kind of usually go into sets like this with just no expectations, just see what they give me and try to figure it out from there. I noticed that this Palu played a lot more like defensive, very movement oriented, which I kind of like to see because you know it's like a skillful play style. And yeah, I just kind of I don't know. I felt a little comfortable after playing a little bit. The way I generally handle stuff like that, because like if I lost, it would be like a game 5 tiebreaker type thing. The way I usually handle stuff like that is just go in with no expectations, just have trust in your gameplay, have trust in your game plan, and see how it goes. Yeah.
All right, great to hear. Of course.
Nice. Sometimes you just gotta, put your game face on and roll with the punches and see how it goes. And sometimes no expectations leads to the best results because you're not weighing yourself down with so much pressure.
Exactly.
Yeah. So amazing job coming out from the entire team today, man. I mean, crazy sets all around. Like there was sometimes me and Mott were just screaming like, "What's going on? What's this interaction?" But coming off the win, man, like, do you have any shout-outs that you would like to give? This could be like anybody you can think of, from friends, family, teachers, whatever have you. Who do you want to shout out here on stream for the world to hear?
So I got 2 shout-outs, one on the team and one not. The first one, the one that's not on the team, is Pharaoh, my main practice partner, the Yoshi main.
Yeah, Pharaoh, I go.
Great friend of mine. When I went back for winter break, like, playing games with him is easily the most I improve ever because we push each other so hard. He's been my day one. And I feel like my gameplay's improved a lot, especially over this past winter break. I've recently won the Kings of Center Stage Invitational over Jacqueline Rivers, so that felt great. Thank you. So yeah, shout outs to Farah. And the other shout out is my friend Maria Calamari. This was her first EGF match. And she was a little nervous, but we were like all behind her. She did great. She didn't quite close out the set, but it was good gameplay. We were proud of her, so good for her. Shout out to Maria.
Shout out Maria, man.
Maria.
Especially because she plays Falcon. I'm a Falcon player, so I got to shout out my fellow Falcons. I'm gonna do it every time. I don't care what happens.
She fought Hungry Box round 1 in the offline coin box, and Falcon punched him on stream. We all went insane.
Oh my god!
That's fire. That's fire.
Yeah, that's an immediate follow. That's a follow. Everybody gets a follow for that. But hey, man, that's amazingly hype. But yeah, man, congratulations on the win here today, and we cannot be more excited to see how you guys play out in the future of your guys' season, and how far you guys are able to improve. And I'm excited to see how far the Falcon comes out from Calamari too. So big congratulations, man. And I think that is going to be it, unless you had anything else you wanted to say.
No, just again, congratulations to George Washington University for the win tonight. Justin Bradley, thank you so much for the interview. You were amazing out there, and I can only hope to see you in the coming weeks, my friend.
All right, thank you, of course.
Yeah,
no problem. Have a great night.
Take it easy. Best of luck in the grind.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, man.
And that is all for us tonight. We said we had 3 matches, and we got 2. One of them a little bit. Listen to what happened. We will see Arlington and Marquette in the next coming weeks. Do not fear for long. But in the meantime, that's all of it. That's us for tonight, 10 to 22. William Mary to George Washington University. And again, congratulations to the Revolutionaries for holding it out today and, you know, really showcasing some really good Smash gameplay. Juice, any last words, my friend?
Like I always say, I gotta get this off my chest before I leave. Shout out production, shout out EGFC, shout out literally everybody that makes this stuff happen. Shout outs GWU, shout out William and Mary, shout out every damn body that I gotta shout out. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. And hey, if you guys are not following Mott yet, do it now. All right, hold on. Do it right there, okay? That is Mottnava, MOTTINEVAA. That's 2 A's.
Double A.
Don't forget the double A. Don't forget the
Don't
double
forget double A.
Okay, do not forget it. And if you want to follow me, you can go ahead and follow me at Devon Marquise. I know it's a lot of crazy spellings, all right? It might be a little too black, but hey, whatever, okay? Go ahead and follow me at DAVAUGHNMARQUIS. It's a lot, but if you do it, it'll be worth it, I promise you. But other than that, y'all, thank you so much for having us. We hope you had as wonderful as a time as we did. And that is going to be it for us. But hey, we will catch you next week. Peace out, one love, and have a great night.